yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh, yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you 250 miles above your imagination in the international fake station in this IT nightmare with my co-pilot and co-host, Something Wong, who is here to make sure that we are doing everything correctly and staying on course with the program. Isn't that right? If it is something wrong, just don't say anything. Just sit there and smile. All right. Well, he's in agreement. That rocks. That's pretty cool. I got people already. Kevin is back behind stage. I see you back there. I'll get you in just a minute here. Let me engage with my audience a little bit here and see what's going on out here in YouTube land. Well, I got Roger Ledwell's here. Roger, I want to talk to you too, so be sure and come on up tonight because I want to ask you some shit about that church. Anyway, so yeah, that's another thing too. But hope everybody's got their bullshit detectors on. We've got a poll. Please vote in the poll. We've got a poll up here that is asking what saved Donald John Trump from this. I mean, this bullet missed him by just fractions of an inch. And I don't know, is it Coriolis? I wonder if Neil deGrasse Tyson might be able to weigh in on that. It could be. Some people are saying it was God, and that's altogether possible. And nobody bothered thinking of the third option that I just threw in there was maybe magical gold foil from NASA. So be sure we've got 25% think it was probably Coriolis. That's because we have scientifically minded people in our audience. 29% believe it's God, and you can't argue with that, right? How do you know? And but winning is the magic foil from NASA. So that probably is telling us that most people had their bullshit detectors on when they were looking into this. We got some fun stuff to look into on this tonight. Stuff that I found rather interesting. We're not even going to pretend like it's even remotely real because there's a lot of really staged up shit to this. Something we're not getting the complete picture. We're getting their story, which is still kind of suspect. I mean, I was looking at it from even Secret Service standpoint, and just common sense. And there's some stuff going in there. And what are they really doing? Are they sowing another narrative that, oh my God, the deep state is infiltrated into the inner circles of Donald Trump once again? How come this motherfucker gets so many deep state people in his inner circles and shit. You know, even when he was as the president, he was in there. He always had these people that he was like, oh yeah, this guy's wonderful, the most wonderful guy in the world. He's the most greatest and everything. And then turn around 6 months later, this guy's a rat. He's a fucktard. Get him out of here. You know what? So this guy's it's been nothing but a big drama the whole time. Let me give a shout out to everybody that showed up so far in the chat here, and then I'm going to bring Kevin up. Let's see. I got DJ. DJ, you're right up straight first. Pretty bad crisis actors, I tell you. She says, yes, I have to agree, my dear. I do. Gwag, good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Sean Alkey's here from way up there in the great white north. We love him. Him and Angela. Is Angela here? I think she probably is. RPB 68's here. Chicago Cubby Bear. Sigil, there she is. Angela Baby Carson here. She says she's checking in. It's like attendance. Carson, Bueller. Okay, it was good acting lessons. Yeah, they could use a little bit more to that. Let's see, JP. We got Don. Kim Ray. I am Kim Ray of the Hill People. JP's with us. Chicago Cubby Bear. Let's see. Awake in the Aether. Nice. Valley Parks. Haven't seen you a little bit. Good to see you, my dear. Let's see. Beyond Elemental. Roger again. Let's see. Hillary Clinton is here. Welcome, Hillary. Let's see. I think I pretty much got his ZXL master. He's up there early. Shifty Eye Shady as well. So you got to watch these early birds. They're after worms all the time for some reason. So we got Kevin C is backstage. I'm going to bring up Kevin. How you doing tonight, Kevin? If you're doing good, just don't say anything. You're muted. Hello? Yeah, we can't hear you, Kevin. All right, well, we'll let Kevin get his audio worked out here for some reason. Yeah, we're finding some strange stuff about this. You're not bringing God into any of this mess. Well, just keep in mind, DJ, God is a title, not a name. So, you know, I'm always suspect of that when people say, I swear to God. Yeah, well, what God are you swearing to, right? Come on. It's a title. So I don't believe that Kevin, you're still muted again. Your microphone is muted or something. But when you get it going, just let me know. All right, he unmuted, and I'm still not hearing anything. We're getting no audio from Kevin. Maybe pop back out and pop back in. Maybe, yeah, there you go. So yeah, there's some strange shit about this going down. And as time goes on, we're seeing even more and more strange shit. So apparently yesterday, at approximately 3:11 p.m. Pacific time, Donald Trump was at a rally, I guess, in a little town in Pennsylvania, when suddenly shots rang out, and it appeared that he was wounded or at least injured, but not critically. He was just winged in the ear, I guess, from a sniper who had a sweet ass position on top of a roof, just like 150 yards away, less than 150 yards away. Nobody, I guess, was going to do anything about a guy crawling on a roof with a rifle, but you know, hey, this kind of shit happens. So there's more and more suspicious shit. But then we get the identity of the shooter, who was neutralized after being allowed to fire off at least 5 shots, possibly 8. And what was his name? Crooks. Just so happens his last name is Crooks. Now, this is what's so crazy about this is he showed up in a video by BlackRock about, you know, how they help teachers and do investments for teachers and shit. And this was really kind of some crazy shit. I'm trying to see if I can find the video. They're really trying to get rid of it. Yeah, here's a clip from it. Let me bring this up. And this is put out by BlackRock. BlackRock has since taken this down. But, you know, too late.
Brian DeLallo. I teach AP and honors economics in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
That kid that was sitting there, just a second. God bless America. This kid right here. And he appears elsewhere in the video as well.
In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Financial well-being to me is knowing that I can be free to do the things that I love to do. I hope when I retire someday, they say that guy made this place a special place to come to school.
That was him there too. Right there.
And gave as much as he could to help the community. Brian
BlackRock. Ooh. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? What the fuck, right? Anybody else had seen that yet? Where's Lowry? Lowry's in here. Oh no. What's going on, Lowry? Good to see you, my man. So yeah, I thought that was kind of suspect. And here's a comparison photo to, let me pull this back up. There in the commercial, there apparently at the Trump rally prior to doing the shooting or whatever. How they got this photograph, I'm not sure. But this is some crazy fucking shit, man. All right. I'm even seeing stuff about where Trump may have even used a blood packet. I don't know. There's all kinds of crazy ass theories going on out here. I know Brian Young is looking at it with suspicious eyes from High Impact Flicks. I've been watching him on Twitter here recently, what he's got to say about it. There's been a lot going, but this is getting fucking ridiculous. You guys want to see? Okay, so the thumbnail that I used tonight, right? And listen, we were joking. I said, watch, that'll become a tattoo, right? That's going to become. Watch this shit. You want to see something? This is for real. No way. Let me bring this up. I'm going to share that screen. There we go. All right. Ready? So, like, I'm just going to stop making fucking jokes. I'm just going to stop joking about shit because it always happens. That's get real. For what? You know? Wow. This is crazy. That's cool, Roger. Awesome. Because I want to ask you about some of that shit, man. Oh, another thing too. This is kind of crazy. So I should show you where I posted this on Facebook because I did a side to side because I thought it was funny. They did a. Here it is. All right, so let me collapse these. Jesus. Close all chats. There we go. All right, so I saw this meme and I thought it was funny because I'm going to get into something about this too that's really sus too. So this thing, it says nurses prepare for the bird flu pandemic, right? So I put that side by side with this. This is from the National Health Service. Bird flu dance choreographers and dance captains. What? University College London Hospitals, NHS Foundation Trust. The closing date is 29 June 2024. So they've already had this out. We are seeking highly exceptional and enthusiastic bird flu dance choreographers. What the fuck is a bird flu dance choreographer? Right? And dance captains to join us at the Children's and Young People's Cancer Service at University College London Hospital. These posts offer candidates an opportunity to create and produce a wide variety of line dance routines to be taught to nursing and medical staff in preparation for bird flu pandemic lockdown implementation. Successful candidates must have experience in TikTok video creation and post-production editing. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Right? Are they actually doing this? I mean, come on. Got to have the bird flu dance. Why not? I mean, wow. This is just crazy. But I found some interest. I mean, look. All right, so this dude was not seen by the Secret Service, but other people that were there were able to get a photograph like this. You know, didn't they like have people on rooftops and shit like that, right? So this is supposed to look like, I can tell you what, I'm already seeing part of the setup for this aspect of it, right? Is that they're gonna say that the Secret Service is in on trying to take out Trump because of the woman who was appointed to the position by the Biden administration, who is a diversity hire and is got this goal of putting more women in the fucking Secret Service and shit. Listen, man, you can see it like it's already been written, right? You can just see it like it's already been written. And I want to show you this is how bad the propaganda with this has gotten. Let me scroll down to it. Oh, and this is supposed to make you feel, who the fuck is this guy? Kid Rock. I mean, who in the fuck is listening to Kid Rock say anything, right? This is his thing. This is what he put out. Like he's some big kind of a tough guy. Listen to this.
You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me.
Uh-oh. Oh, we're scared now, bro.
You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me.
There it is, man. You heard it right there from Kid Rock. Does that scare you, Kevin? Still don't have no sound from Kevin. I don't know what's going on with Kevin. He's got something about March 15th on his thing, too. It might be because he got the date wrong. We might have the date wrong. But yeah, I'm scared because Kid Rock said that. But I wanted to show you this crazy shit. Let me get to this. And then I want to show you this guy. Here's Lowry. Lowry, what's up, brother?
No, yeah, we have so much. Hold on, let me mute.
Okay, so Lowry, did you see the flag? Did you see the thing that happened with the flag before the event? Okay.
Well, I'm running 5 screens. I just got off another show, so I'm muting like everything now. Ask me that question again. Ask me that question again.
Okay, so did you see that before Trump went on the stage yesterday, there was kind of a mishap that happened with the flag, but it ended up getting straightened out. Good thing, just in time for that iconic photo, which I couldn't resist using for my thumbnail tonight. But this is what, okay.
What in the actual fuck is that?
It got twisted.
Yeah. The flag got tangled up. See, it's hung by the 2 crane things over here.
Into an eagle form?
Yeah, or is it an angel? Look at dramatic music.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The propaganda is strong with this one.
I know, right? It was like, you know what's funny? It was funny. It's yesterday afternoon. It was 15 minutes after it happened. And Nicole and I saw a picture of Trump with the blood on his face. And I was like, oh, that's weird. Did somebody make a meme of, because I hadn't heard yet. And then I immediately jumped on X, because that's where you get the immediate feed or whatever, the propaganda. And I was like, holy shit, Nicole, somebody tried to shoot Donald Trump or whatever.
Yeah.
And then we immediately backtracked in our mind, and we had that same thing that happened. It didn't happen with me strongly in, you know, back in September, that one thing that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But it did happen to me in March 2020. And that very same thing that happened to me in March 2020 happened to me within like 2 minutes. So this is what happened yesterday. So we both looked at each other. Nicole and I were like, this is fake as fuck. This is fake as fuck. We immediately started saying that because the hairs were coming up on the side of on my arm and all this. And then we're like, okay. So like I immediately I dialed David Weiss. I was like, I called him. He didn't even say hello. He said, fake. Called Mark Sargent. He said, fake. And Mark Sargent says, I'm watching 4 different news feeds right now. I'm watching 4 different, and like, I'm like, are you seeing this? Are you getting the same like hairs on the arms? And because if you haven't been through these sort of psyops enough times, you wouldn't get it. But like, this is, I would call this the third one, like between the September one and the March 2021. And now this one, my hairs were straight up on my arms. I was like, nothing about this is right. You could spend an hour or 1,000 hours just looking at the bleachers behind Trump and the way people were behaving.
Yes. Who's the dude with the freaking hat?
Vincent Fusca. Vincent Fusca. He's been behind him for 4 years. He's like, so a lot of people in the community think that he's like JFK Jr. hiding in disguise as this other guy. There's a lot of other people that just like, he's this random dude that hangs out at Trump rallies, but everybody that gets to sit behind Trump in the camera, they all have a role. You don't get those seats unless you have a role. I had a slew, even for our whole show tonight was just a complete shit show because I had so many videos set up that like it broke my computer, but like there were so many shots of the people sitting behind him doing really strange things. You know, I don't know, whenever you hear a gunshot going off, you don't not move. You stand up or you duck or you run or you do something. And like, there's at least 100 people behind him.
Yeah.
Not reacting the way that you would expect them to react. And that was the biggest thing for me. I was just like, what, I guess that they don't think they're going to get shot. Even what if there's 2 shooters? What if there's 5 shooters?
Exactly. You don't stand
what is it?
back up. You don't stand him back up right in the target zone.
No.
I mean, that right there I was like, wait a second. You always take into the account the possibility of shooter teams. Okay. And, we neutralized one. Well, wait a second. How did you know? Now, here's another thing, too. This guy, it was damn near 24 hours before we found out who the guy that got shot in the head was. Okay. And then we find out that it was this Corey Comparatore, who was a fireman, and he was shot protecting his family, it says. Okay. Now, when you see that almost immediately after the shooting and the neutralization of the shooter, state police officers with their Smokey the Bear hats are seen whisking that guy's body out of there like a sack of fucking laundry or some shit. Now, wait a second. Isn't this an active crime scene? Now, even though there was a guy that supposedly went up and tried to give CPR, noticed that he had a hole in his head and his brain matter missing and shit, and the guy was obviously dead. You don't touch the fucking body until it's investigated, man.
I forgot about that footage. That was the guy that went up the bleachers to the left.
Yeah.
Which I originally thought was like part of like one of the shooters. That's when I first saw it. And then they lift him up and they cover his head. And then they take him down the bleachers and around the corner. Like, wouldn't they want to know like angular data, like where the bullets were coming from? Like, you leave him up there, stay the fuck, put like the yellow crime scene tape around him, and do the thing where you're trying to figure out, okay, this came from here. I mean, we've all watched crime shows. Like, that's allegedly that's how it's supposed to work, right? You have a body up there, it has to stay there. There might be evidence there that we need to find out about, right? They just moved that guy right out of there. Just like that guy that burned himself in Lower Manhattan. They just lifted him up, threw him on a thing, and threw him and just took him out of there. I just don't buy this shit. It stinks to high heaven.
Watch this woman. This is really crazy. And I thought it was really crazy. First thing I noticed was that everybody was holding up these signs that said, "You're fired."
Oh, that one.
Bang, bang, right?
Yeah. I saw that one. Fuck yeah. Show it.
Watch this woman right here with these sunglasses on.
I want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Oh yeah, she just like, let me turn on my iPhone right now and record it,
Right?
as opposed to like, I don't know, dodging bullets, screaming, cue the screams. I mean,
Want to really see
That was really suspect to me, man. I needed to zoom in on that to see that. And I was like, wait.
and somebody needs to go through every single person in that back bleacher and watch how they behaved and figure
Yeah.
out who's a crisis actor, who's doing whatever. Like I was, again, I had so many conversations yesterday on this, and I was talking to a lot of people that I really respect. And Sergeant said, you know what? It's a MAGA rally. They're probably all wasted. So they probably didn't realize like the danger they were in, or they are all fucking gun owners. And I'm not opposed to gun ownership. I love it. But they're like, I hear gunshots all the time. I'm not really afraid of them, but like there were a lot of people in that audience that didn't have a lot of fear for their life, which to me, if I hear gunshots, I'm like, my first thing is like, I'm going to get as low as I can. This Vincent Yuska, this guy who's this random person that keeps showing up behind Trump, he doesn't do anything. He stands there.
Right. I mean, the people's reaction for gun, I mean, I can't see it being like that, man. I'm just sorry. It just can't.
To me, it's bizarre. It stinks to high heaven. I'm at a place now where I'm like that. I think we've all been waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I think that was it. And now we're in the ride. We're in the show, as it were. And like, it's just like there were so many things fucked up about this whole thing, and like you think about distractions and you think about how psyops work. The whole thing is to get you to not look, to take your eye off the football, to take your eye off the goalpost, to take your eye off of everything else and what's important and what's the actual thing you're trying to go for. This thing had it all. It had all the elements.
They always push it too goddamn far, man.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when they did this right here, I went, oh, freak bullshit. Look at this. This is nuts. Okay. This is supposedly a bullet caught by a high-speed camera.
Yeah, bullshit.
I
mean, okay, somebody had a very high-speed camera right there at the right time. It's just dumb. It's dumb. Yeah. It's imagery. It's imagery as trying to get this is I guess, to take this in a stretch further, in 5th generation warfare, it's all about imagery, yeah. And most people only believe the images that they see. I mean, people are brought up on TVs. They're brought up on seeing moving images on a black thing in their living room, right? And so the mastery of this 5th generation warfare is creating a picture that will convince the dumbest ones to move forward, and then get most of the dumbest ones moving in a certain direction, then they've got them, right? This is what we're looking at. And now there's a lot of us that have seasoned veterans in this whole scene where we've been looking at shit like this for years. We can see it. It's a compressed script. We can see it happening in full form. You see a picture like that. All pictures can be fake unless you went and looked at it with your own eyes. Now, there were real people there at that thing that rally really happened. They successfully mixed up that rally of a real thing that happened with a thing that was at an MK Ultra malfunction. I don't know. Did he put his hat on and bust blood on his ear and then fall down and do that? Maybe.
So
I don't fucking know.
People are saying that. Some people are saying they can see him, and I think I was just looking for it. There's a slowdown that it looks like he's like squeezing off a blood capsule and then laying it on the podium before he goes down.
Yeah, and there was I don't know if you follow. There's another guy. Was it? He was following.
Look, they're just manhandling this guy.
Yeah.
And initially, this guy that was shot in the head was said to be, that's the shooter.
Yeah. Well, the guy in the stands was allegedly somebody that got shot by the shooter,
the guy
right?
They're pulling out of there. That's the guy they're pulling out of there. And look how rough they're handling his ass.
It's really weird. You don't move a body. Like they need like trajectory evidence. They need all this stuff to do everything. So they just run him out of there. I mean, this all to me, it's theater. To me, it feels like theater. I have a video if you want to look at it. This is from High Impact Flicks. Like him or hate him, I think he's an okay dude. He's a patriot.
Oh, I like Brian. I met Brian in Richmond.
Oh, you know Brian?
I don't know him, but I met him down in Richmond. Talked to him for a long time.
Do you mind if I
my own civil asset forfeiture case?
Do you mind if I share this? I was just
no, that's fine, man. Go right ahead.
So it's here. I'll try to get the volume level right. I'm learning all this broadcasting shit like as I go along.
Right.
I haven't been doing it very long, so.
Service had one job, and
you
that's
got that?
to protect this.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull it back. All right.
Make it big. Make it big.
One job.
All right, I'll make it big.
And that's to protect this guy at all costs, no matter what, and get him to safety as soon as possible. Not to let him get his shoes on, expose himself, and pump his fists in the air. And what is the deal with this hat? Why was it so important for Secret Service to maintain possession of this hat? Let's watch the event unfold again, and let's keep our eye on the red circle.
And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
People are explaining it.
Move it spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go.
Up.
Hawkeye's here.
Get ready. You ready? Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move? Let's move. Let's move.
We're clear.
Come on. Let me get my shoes. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes.
Hold on. Your head is bloody.
So we got to move to the bus.
All right, so you'll notice that the red hat is in the right hand of the agent with the crew cut here.
Bloody.
So we got to move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay.
What's up?
Lady in the sun hat.
Awfully worried about the
Why is
shoe.
he laughing?
Here, let's let the former president of the United States expose himself by pumping his fist into the air while the cameramen in the foreground get a good shot. And there's the hat right there. The hat is now in the left hand of Donald Trump. So somehow it transferred from this guy's hand to Donald Trump's hand, but we're not done transferring the hat yet. At this point, he dropped the hat, and the female agent bent down to pick it up, and now she has the hat in her right hand.
He's going to sell that fucking hat on eBay. Watch.
Nicole was making a joke about putting a bullet hole on it, and he'll sell like 1 million hats with bullet holes in it. You know, it's just like,
be like, this is the best hat ever. The hat I was wearing when they tried to kill me. This actually has my blood. It has a blood stain. Fabulous blood stain. It's actually
so important
a fabulous
to get the shoes
blood
on,
stain in the shape
and why
of
was
Jesus.
it so important to let Donald Trump?
There's the photo op. Now remember this photo op. That right there is
Yeah.
the photo op. That's what's going to get him the election. So like, I'm not pro-Trump or anti-Trump. I don't give a fuck. I'm just a guy like talking about stuff. So like if you start to like, when you start to see it like that, and you start to understand how the game is played, it's really fucking clear, really fast, you know. And you have to like, I've been telling a lot of people, like, there's a lot, like, I come from a Christian friendly Midwest situation. I've been in New York for 20 years, but like, I come from these people. I love these people that I grew up around, and they're Christian, and they're this, and they need leaders. They need somebody that looks after them, because they're not aggressive by nature. Most of like my brethren from back home, they're not. They're very just peaceful, and usually, like if they're not running super churches, which I think is a fraud, they're usually just people that are just like hanging out and they're running on minimal income and just trying to get by. They see this guy as the guy that's going to bring them up and out of this. Now, I'm not saying he's not. I'm what I'm saying is like we need to understand what this psyop is and how this works, because I'm starting to get to understand what it is. I'm starting to understand like how it works, and like I wasn't very smart in 2001. I got a lot smarter in 2020, you know. And this one fucking hit right away. It hit me like smack in the face. Like this is fucking fake all the way around. So is it fake for good? Is it fake for bad? Is it? I don't know. And it's our job to fucking dismantle this thing and figure out what it's for.
It's really brought into in the circles. You got to look at all the camps that's here, and it's reflected, I think, in the poll that I put up there. You know, I mean, there's people saying, "Oh, that was God that saved him," and then there's other people saying, "Oh, that's a revelation of the Antichrist," you know.
Yeah.
And then you've got all these other people saying, "Oh, look at there. It's more of this deep state Q." It's just more bullshit. And like you said, and so aptly pointed out, what a beautiful photo op. That's as good as the Iwo Jima thing. That's
Iwo
Jima
100%.
Right there. Absolutely. Mount Suribachi right there, baby. And it's going to go down as an iconic photo.
Yeah, as history moves forward, it's going to be like that's going to be Iwo Jima. It's going to be in whoever's writing history books. That one's going to be there.
Take a look at what it's doing in the traditionally democratic community of blacks too. I mean, you literally got him coming out there, yo, Trump, my boy. He beat 39 felonies. He been shot. He like Tupac and shit, you know? And it's like, dude, they're really seeing it like this. So that's another camp, even, you see. But yeah, it was this right here. And of course, the election was already decided before Joe Biden ever even put his name on the ballot the first damn time, y'all.
Yeah.
This is a soap opera. This is a show. This is WWF, Vince McMahon style shit.
So here's a more fun way to talk about it. Like from my perspective, like I followed, like I think Q's counter, you know, it's a counter narrative. It's whatever. I understand these dichotomies and how they work these things, the Hegelian dialectic or whatever it is. They run these things in parallel, right? So like this is how you manage a very large population to get them moving in a certain direction. So like, but if you sit back and you actually have like just an average guy's mind, like a common sense mind. Like I'm just a common sense dude. I'm like, this is how I see it. It looks this way. It looks that way. I don't do red team or blue team or anything. You can now really get your arms around what you're looking at. And what you're looking at is how power projects and or psyops and or moves the middle body, the proletariat, in a certain direction. And they do that through things like this imagery. You see Trump with his fist in the air and there's blood across his face and fight. He's been the underdog for 6 years now or whatever, which maybe he has. Maybe but it really, to me, it just strikes as
it's of his same old. Listen, it's all part of the show. This is the script.
Yeah.
This is the script. He's supposed to do this, man.
Yeah.
This is the thing. He's supposed to come up and defeat all odds, and he's fighting against the deep state and all this same shit that he did before. But let's not forget what Donald Trump is about. The last time, what did he get in on? What was the big mantra? Everybody chanted it every time he came out. What did they say? Lock her up.
Right.
Lock her up. Right? Right? After he made that statement in the debate and said, because you'd be in jail, and everybody went, woo, that's right. Trump gonna lock her up and shit, right?
Right.
As soon as the vote was secured, everything was certified. He come out on stage and said, lock her up. And he says, oh, no. We don't care about that anymore. They're good people. Let's leave them alone. What?
Yeah, it's fucking nonsense.
Yeah,
everybody is nonsense.
Fucking overlooked it. Yes, go out there and get that jab, baby. I'm like the QVC salesman for the fucking jab. Go out there and get it. You need it. Everybody should get it. It's the most wonderful thing in the world. Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Really?
And so what you ultimately come down to, and like, again, I come from a military family. I never served. But my whole family served. They started Veterans Day in Emporia, Kansas, from my family's post. I kind of like when I was coming up, I didn't want to shoot people, so I didn't go to the military. But I have a lot of respect for people in the military. But I grew up with a lot of this stuff, this military thinking and everything else. And it was like, you have this one small, tiny thing that's like where we live on, this little place that we live on. Yeah. And we generally kind of get along with each other for the most part. Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit, but like, generally I'm talking about the white Christian sort of disposition that is, you're white or you have some sort of version of white on your face or you're something like this. In general, we're not going to do anything bad. We're like, just you show up for me, I'll show up for you. Right. This is the Midwestern philosophy, and it's still there and it still exists. And I'm sure it exists. Like, are you down in West Virginia?
No, Western Virginia.
Okay. Yeah.
About an hour or so away from West Virginia.
So you have generally a kind of a community disposition where like you kind of look after each other. Sometimes you're mad at your neighbors, but sometimes you're like, okay, take care of you, that sort of thing. That exists all the way out through the Midwest. It happens in Kansas, happens everywhere, and like, and this is the thing that they're driving a wedge into is communities. Yeah. And I saw
why, look, this is why the whole thing of like, the shit that was going on the last few years in like Portland and places like that, right? Dude, that wouldn't have lasted 2 minutes around here.
No.
It wouldn't have lasted 2 minutes, and they know that. They didn't even bother to try. Let me tell you how it is right here, okay? Yeah. So you got all this shit now. They've got this, what do they call it, EID or the equity inclusivity bullshit score that they got to have for business.
Oh, yeah, it's going to crash planes. It's going to crash planes is what's going to happen.
Dude. All right, so this restaurant opened up in downtown Luray, right? Luray is a little tiny town, Mayberry style, right? Most of the revenue that they get comes from the tourists that come through for the Skyline Drive and stuff, so restaurants and things like that. This place opened up called the Watch and Warrant. As soon as they opened up, one of the first things they did was have a drag queen thing at their establishment. They've now shut their doors because nobody will fucking go there. Just because of that. Just because of that.
Yeah. I mean, people forgot. Like, look, dude, I've been in rock bands and been in New York City for 20 years. I never forgot about where I came from. I never forgot about like community in general. Like, even if I had messed up the worst, like I would have people in my small town that I grew up in that would look after me and say, "You fucked up, dude. Come on back around. We're gonna fix you and get you right." You know, and like I don't think in the density, the population density. I speak in terms of geography on this because I have a different cosmology than probably some of your listeners have. I think most of your listeners have our cosmology, but like I think in terms of the density of where people are living, and like I think of communities, people that will, if you fucked up really bad, you might have somebody that's gonna come after you. That would be the call it the Christianity sort of dispositions. Like we still think you have a chance. You fucked up. We're going to help you out. I had neighbors like that, in Kansas City. I had friends like that out in Kansas. And like, that is the fucking thing that they don't like. They don't like groups of people banding together, even if the worst of the community is still savable. They don't like that shit, dude. They don't like it. And we're going to be unwrapping this thing for a long time. Whatever happened yesterday. Right. This is the beginning of the ride.
Here's another thing. See, so I look at all this stuff and I build this together in my mind, what's going on. And I pay close attention to what people said and what they have to say. Now, this video clip here is a guy who just happened to be an emergency doctor in the vicinity of the guy that got hit in the head. Okay, so this is to give you the verification, I guess, that the guy is indeed a deceased fellow.
Honor, that's exactly where I heard him come from.
What did you see, sir?
I heard the shots. I thought it was firecrackers to begin with. Somebody over there was screaming, he's been shot. So I made my way over. I said, I'm an emergency department physician. Let me help you. The guy had spun around, was jammed between the benches. He had a headshot here. There's lots of blood, and he had brain matter. there, and so I got him.
So if he's describing that headshot correctly, that means that that was the exit wound.
Was he standing behind? Was he standing on
the guy
behind
was
him?
as you're looking at Trump, the guy that got hit in the head was up and to the left.
Okay. Yeah,
Trump,
I remember that.
as you're looking at Trump. Okay. So that would mean that was the exit wound. Was this blood on his shirt? Is that from the guy as the wound happened, or was he still bleeding? Why is there so much blood on him at this point right here? He did try to administer CPR. Let him finish talking.
There's a helicopter coming in to get him. So I got people there really helpful. I got
Was
him
there only
up
one
on the
person
bench.
shot that you saw?
Then I did CPR, did chest compressions as well as I breathed for him.
One person.
I was the only one that did it.
We need to evacuate everybody.
Hunter, that's exactly where I heard.
So that helicopter's coming in, and he said, "Oh, there they are coming to get him." Wait a minute. We haven't even investigated this crime scene. Doesn't the coroner have to declare him dead or something, or what? What's going on? They think they're going to save his life or something?
Okay, so my first impression of at least what I understand, like I'm not a cop and I'm not an investigator, but everything I've heard is that you cordon off the scene and it sits there for a day, and until people can come in and actually gather what they can gather, to get the evidence so that they have it tracked properly for the courts, to deal with. They just moved the guy out. They just moved him out. That's interference with a crime scene. So they took a guy from the bleachers before the cops even got there, moved him for whatever reason, and then they put a black guy sitting there looking like this. It was like, sorry, that is not investigating a crime. It just isn't. It just isn't. You have to leave the body as it lays. So
you at least have to photograph what's gone down. I mean, I don't think you can leave the body there, 24 hours, but it has to be. You couldn't have gotten all the information and shit you needed for that in that short length of time.
It was within like an hour. It was within an
hour. It
wasn't
even within that. I mean, I don't even think they had Trump completely off the stage yet.
You think the lead investigator just said, like, hey, go get that body off the stands? I mean, that's just dumb. It's retarded. Like what in the actual fuck were they thinking? Like, and they put it on screen too. They actually put it on video. So the entire world.
Initially, though, too, Lowry, they said initially that that was the shooter. That was the story initially when they showed him taking that guy out of there.
Did they twist it that way?
That was the shooter.
Did I see?
Yeah, that's initially what they said. Yeah,
a shooter from the bleachers.
Yeah, the guy that was hit in the head, they were saying was the shooter initially. The news was. Let me welcome Shots. It's your nickel. Shot. It's your nickel. Shoot. It's your nickel.
Shoot. It's your nickel.
Is that you, Roger? Is that you, Roger?
The name is appropriate, I think. Shoot.
It's
nickel. Yeah. That was a hat trick, dude. I'm pretty sure that's why they're holding on to the hat the whole damn time. It's like a hockey score around the net and in.
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of crazy shit with this, man.
It's too scripted to my taste. They left so many holes open. Yeah, the Secret Service isn't that stupid, dude.
And when you had Elon Musk came out and he announced that he fully endorses President Trump and hopes for his rapid recovery after shots were fired during the Trump rally.
Of course. Why not? All the celebrities got to get on board now. Except the girls from The View. They don't want to get involved in
it. It was Whoopi. It was Whoopi Goldberg did it. Motherfucker. Knew it. So some interesting, just kind of shift gears for a minute. Okay. So Roger went to the Agape Kingdom Fellowship Church. Yeah. And have you been back since?
No, and I haven't heard back from him. I've sent him 2 messages on his YouTube channel, and I haven't heard back from him once. I've given my email. I've been handing it out. Nobody wants to give me anything, talk to me, get back to me. He doesn't want me to come there. I'm sure of it. I'm going to bring more than just a religious debate. I'm going to bring a lot of evidence with me too. So
Well, I just tell him I was interested in coming and having services.
yeah, I did
Like
originally.
when you're
I thought I was gonna
regularly
have
having your services, let's do that. I'm not trying to get a presentation going there. I just was wondering how your church worked. That's the thing.
that was all his idea, not mine.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Why
That
would
was
he
all
think
him.
that would entail you giving a presentation?
I have no idea. But I mean, he's in that defensive mode, dude. He's that snake in the grass, I guess, that you're listening to, that wrestle in the bushes. It ain't just a panther; it's also a cobra and whatever else they want to throw in it. Yeah. Black Mamba's coming. He's jumping out of the trees. Yeah. I wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't have him babysit my kids. I can tell you that.
Yeah, there was a hydraulic. I'm sorry, I was going back to this thing. There was a hydraulic line on one of those cranes that got hit and sprayed all over. Because at first I was like, "What the fuck is that spraying all over?" And then it made sense. So I don't know, man.
Did somebody shoot the crane?
Yeah, one of the bullets apparently hit the hydraulic line on the crane. I'm trying to see if I can find the video of it. Is it here?
Weird. Yeah. I think the guy that got hit was the target. Personally, I just think like that. Like that the guy that they were really wanting to get rid of died. He was up to something or knew something.
It's convenient. He's a let me just get a thing I found here. His name, the whole thing about him. Corey Camperatori. Let me stop this screen. Bring this up.
And nobody's more gangster than the Fed, dude. I'm going to tell you that right now.
So this is their Corey Camperatori, man killed at Trump rally, died while shielding his family from gunfire. Okay.
That's quite a story.
Man killed. Well, let me see. Can I blow this up for y'all? I can. Look at there. The man killed at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania was identified as 50-year-old Corey Camperatori, a former fire chief who died while protecting his family. Officials said he was former fire chief of Buffalo Township, a volunteer fire service. According to Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro, he was shot and killed while attempting to shield his family from the gunfire. Was he, or did he just get hit?
He might be a 9/11 truther from what you're talking there. He's a firefighter from Buffalo, New York area. Yeah, probably got family.
Corey was the very best of us. Corey died a hero. Corey dove on his family to protect them last night. Corey was a girl dad. Corey was a firefighter. Corey, what's a girl dad?
I have no idea, dude. He's a dad of girls. Is that what they're saying?
I guess.
I'm a dad of girls. I got 2 of them. That's horrible. And he was a bad guy, I can tell.
Here's, I guess, the guy talking. Let's see what he says.
Corey was an avid supporter of the former president and was so excited to be there last night with him in the community. I asked Corey's wife if it would be okay for me to share that we spoke. She said yes. She also asked that I share with all of you that Corey died a hero. That Corey dove on his family to protect them last night at this rally. Corey was the very best of us.
Well, there it is. Who's that guy? What a pretty dog.
No, look at that Bill. He's
beautiful
husky little dog. Oh yeah.
So yeah, he was a hero, and I guess, and I don't know though, man.
About that. I don't get that.
Here's the whole. If you watch this whole thing, how it went down. Let me see if I can find it. I got so much shit on here; it's not even funny. And this guy, they got all of a sudden. So Trump went golfing today, and then all of a sudden, there's all this information about this Crooks character, this Thomas Matthew. Notice we always have we have 3 names: Thomas Matthew Crooks. Again,
okay, yeah. Well, I got 3 names too. That doesn't.
Yeah, but who uses them?
Not in the Well, maybe in my obituary. I hope they do.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. They're just showing what a look. This is this guy supposedly. I had trouble understanding what he was saying, but he was apparently mad and shouting at people with cameras.
What? I
So
have
he
no
just
idea
happened
what
to
he
have
said.
this.
What did
He
he
said
say?
something about fuck. He said something bad about Trump and said, "I'm a fucking Republican. So suck my,
balls." Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Ball's a bad word.
Death to fascist Trump.
He's a
Death
fascist?
to fascist Trump.
Yeah.
Okay, so
People
this
don't-
is
people
remarkable
don't-
that somebody just happened to have this random clip of him.
People don't know what fascism is, dude. A
No.
lot of people throw words around. They don't know what the fucking, sorry, what they mean.
Now listen, this guy here needs to kind of be investigated. Did you hear about this guy, this prophet guy? That
we got another prophet. Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is beautiful. You're gonna love this. This was in April. This was long 3 months ago.
All throughout America, all throughout, and I saw Trump rising up, and then I saw an attempt on his life. This bullet flew by his ear, and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. And I saw he fell to his knees during this time frame, and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. I'm talking. People say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming. And then I saw people interceding when I saw him winning the presidency through great, the Lord showed me it would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff. But there would be a stop to it, and there things would start to break free come toward the fall. And then I saw him winning the election through the Patriots coming out and voting. And
so somebody should probably fucking talk to that guy.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
did a little bit on it already.
The script is getting really compressed.
America, all through.
It is.
It's getting compressed, and it's like it's starting to pop out. You can actually see the errors in the script. It's coming out. You literally like, for those of you that have never heard, this is just, I know most people listening here know about boiling the frog, but when you compress the script, shit starts to come out, and you start to see errors in the script, and the errors came out hardcore on the thing that happened yesterday. That the errors were very, very apparent. So, like, here's a question you got to ask yourself: do you, is it for us to learn this? Are we being shown something in this thing that happened yesterday? Are we supposed to be shown this? Is this something that they're aware that if you take the proletariat, the masses, they can't understand if you haven't been through a psyop and escaped it. Right. And it's like, it's coming really weird. Now, this guy that's predicting the future, I mean, that's supernatural shit, man. I don't know how to address that. I don't know how to measure it.
Or maybe he had foreknowledge of this. He's put out there by the system to do that.
Could be.
Who knows, right? I have questions.
Right.
I definitely have questions.
Maybe he knows
really go ahead.
Maybe he knows the people who are doing the writing on the wall himself.
That's what I'm saying, man.
Yeah.
But they're really trying to sow the idea. Again, 3 names, right? They're going to use the 3 names. And now they're, putting out there, here's one of his classmates or something, talking about how he was a loner. See, they're really trying to push this loner thing.
He was bullied almost every day.
Bullied.
Okay.
I mean, he would sit alone at lunch. I mean, he was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays. So they're going to see someone like that, and they're going to target him.
What kid says that? You know how kids are these days.
Crisis actor.
Yes.
Crisis
Well,
actor.
he's a
You know how kids
psychologist
are
too.
these days.
He's a young psychologist to go along with it. He read a couple of DSMs. He's on it
because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it. And it's honestly kind of sad. Like, I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
You know who he reminds me of? It's the Harley guy from
I
9/11.
want to say he was a loner more because he was
yeah,
just.
I know what you're saying.
Listen.
He was quiet, but like he was.
He's a loner because listen, it's really sewing that.
He was quiet, but like he was just bullied. Like he was bullied so much.
How many times have we heard that story from a crisis actor?
High school. Yeah.
How many times?
Do you remember at all what they said to him?
He's breaking down this kid's
No.
whole life in one
he was
little
just made fun of,
interview.
I guess, for the way he dressed or his appearance. He was bullied almost every day.
In what way? Can you explain?
Yeah, see, he was bullied. He was a loner. How long till they find a manifesto, Lowry?
Yeah, the plane. You know, it flew into that building and it just melted the steel beams and just fucking everything fell down. Yeah, like the planting of the myth, right? The planting of the myth, and like we saw this in 9/11. We saw it, and like this random Harley guy on the street says this shit about fucking aluminum slicing through. You know what? We all know the story. And they're like, okay, now here's your myth. We're planting the myth in here. I mean, this is how like outright we can see it now. The script is outright. It's very much in the view of like everyone that wants to look at it. We can see it now. And you can see the program. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to match the science and the forensics, the stories are telling, you know. Like that just happened to be a Fox News reporter right there on the corner of the street. He had a degree in I don't know, alchemy. he knows that.
I got Crumb on the other line. I might give Crumb the link, David, if you want me to.
That's fine.
I'm gonna call him. I'll be back in a second.
Thing, man.
Tell Crumb I miss the sports, man. I miss the Crumb sports. You ever watch the GSN network?
Here's
Jared's first little skits he did.
Here's a little longer of that kid. This is, and I think you got to listen to this, man. You got to listen to what he's saying and think from it. Is how real is this, right?
I didn't have any interaction with him, but he was like a kid that was always alone. He was always bullied every day. He was just an outcast. Yeah. I mean, he would sit alone at lunch. I mean, he was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays. So they're going to see someone like that, and they're going to target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So it's the best way I can describe it. And it's honestly kind of sad. Like, I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
And you said he was a loner?
He's planting doubt too.
I want to say he was a loner more because he was just.
You never know.
He was quiet, but like he was just bullied. Like he was bullied so much. He was just made fun of, I guess, for the way he dressed or his appearance.
How did he dress?
Like they were just saying jeans. He'd wear hunting outfits sometimes. He would always wear a mask, even after COVID. He wore a mask. I didn't have any interaction with him, but
Come on, bro. And somebody said, well, in the poll, wait a second, no poll answer for it's fake it's fake. Well, the magic foil is fake too, so that's your hint.
Can I just recommend something for everybody to watch? You ever heard of a guy named James Colbert?
Yeah.
You ever watch his 6-hour documentary on 9/11?
A long time ago, man.
Yeah, it's got every piece to that puzzle in that. That's why he went to Japan. he made a documentary after he got there. Yeah, he just nailed everything, top to bottom, Pentagon to Washington. You know, and people don't think the government's capable of doing such atrocities, but they've been doing this shit since what? World War I. I'm trying to be what I'm doing. Oh.
There you go,
tattoo.
man.
Yeah.
People getting a fucking tattoo now.
Oh, they got a hero though. You know,
dude, with the blood on him and everything, man, dude. It's our Lord and Savior Jesus Trump.
Yeah.
Right? Defied death. God, where was that fucking picture? I got to show that. Because this is some of the crazy shit you're seeing. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, shit. I thought I had more than that. I guess I just only sent it to myself.
Yeah. If you want to look back over that autodidactic video where Duffy invites me over to the church to start with, and then when he found out that I was actually a flat earther who is actually somewhat educated in the facts, yeah, that's when he put that challenge out. Like, yep,
is it?
Come on in. Yeah.
No way. See, that just tells me even more and more that this guy's not legitimate in any way, shape, or form. I mean, that's just all there is to it. Found a picture of that kid wearing. Oh yeah, this is the shit that you got to see. This is
okay.
This is what I'm going. Yeah, keep going. That's cool. I can dig on what you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to work in about 5 minutes. That's why.
So what does he expect you to do? Like give a presentation about flat Earth at his fucking
Yeah, I guess
church?
so. And he wants to tear it apart. So he wants to make me make a straw man that he can rip apart, instead of actually debate me properly, like in a debate forum, and actually present proof and facts. That's how debates are done. They're not done with presentations. Presentations are meant to tear apart. They want to take what I know about the Earth and make a straw man out of it and burn it with what they know about the Earth.
Well, look, I would have just told him, say, dude, I was just coming to see if your church, what services you offered, what it was like, you know.
Well, I
you
wasn't
didn't
on
want
the
to turn
show.
it into this kind of a fucking thing.
I wasn't on the show with him, though.
Yeah, that dude is.
Talk to him.
That dude is not. He's a fucking retard.
Yeah, well, he's gonna make money off of this. That's what he's doing. That's what his channel. Look at his channel. Go look at his channel. He's just promoting the mainstream topics on like August Picard, the naval observations with the B-2 rockets. He doesn't go dig into the topic and see what they discovered. He just gives you the news. What do you call it? The mainstream clip. It's like they did this, they did that, and that's all he has presented. He doesn't present any of the evidence that goes with it. Yeah, so he's just hitting topics. He's not going to investigate the topic, you know.
He's a distraction, bro. He's a distraction. Listen, nobody comes out and says, "Oh, I'm so fucking curious about this that and in order to find out for myself, I'm going to send these people on my dime." And I'm like, wait a minute, man, what's in it for you? Why would you be willing to pay for other people? You're not benevolent. Shut the fuck up.
That hasn't happened yet, Soft. He hasn't forked a dime out yet. And from what it looks like, he's going to be forking out a lot of dimes.
Well,
yeah.
I'm always very, very wary of free shit.
Yeah. No, there's always an attachment with that free shit. Yeah.
Damn straight there is.
We used to go to these resorts when we were younger. When my dad was, they'd said, "I'm like, you go here and they'll give you this free gift and you get a tour." But then again, in order to get the real gift, you got to invest in the townhome. Like,
yeah. Come see what's in the mystery box. Yeah.
It's the snake. Well,
yeah,
I got to get back to work.
All right, Roger. Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Oh, no problem. And I'll be listening to your show the whole time.
All right, brother. See you next time.
Thanks, all right.
So I'm seeing all this crazy shit like this. What's up with that, right? You know, here's Jesus hanging on Trump, you know. And this next one, this next one's worse. This is even worse. Let me see. Is that the right way? No. This one. Come on, y'all. Like there's Jesus standing there stopping that bullet from hitting him and shit, you know, like Neo. He's like Neo from the fucking from the Matrix and shit. I mean, holy crap, man. So anyway, I've decided this is a bunch of shit. And I'm just enjoying watching it play out. You know, I'm like, you know, these guys now they're saying that there was a cop came up the ladder where the shooter was at, and the shooter pointed his rifle at him, so the cop retreated, and then the guy turned around and took all these shots. And you mean to tell me the Secret Service isn't seeing a motherfucker sitting up on a with a, hey, that's not our guy over there, you know?
I mean, I was just catching the tail end of this, but like, everything leads to the same thing. It's theater. We're looking at theater, you know, and in identifying theater, and that's what we have to do now. We are responsible. Every single person listening to this is responsible for identifying theater. And then you go talk to your local sheriff who's connected to your constitution, and you talk to your local sheriff, and you say, "Hey, did you pledge to this thing? We need to figure this out." And it starts with your sheriff, and everybody out there listening needs to get to know your sheriff really quickly, really fast, because this is how federal power works. It's projection over the course of distance, but your sheriff is your protection. And if you know how to talk to your sheriff about these sort of items, you will get a really good insight, and you'll find out whether your sheriff is fucking bought off or if he's actually on your side. I mean, I don't know. Do you know your sheriff in town, David? So like, yeah. So like for me, like I would say like now in New York City, I have no idea where to go to look for this guy that's actually constitutionally bound to like protect this thing that we have, you know, freedom to talk about whatever we want. Because look, at the end of the day, I'm a musician. I like to talk about whatever I want to talk about. And I'd like to own a gun if I need to protect myself against fuck asses. So like everybody out there that's listening, man, you go find your sheriff and figure out who this fucking dude is, you know, figure out what he's up about and like do that thing and find out he is obliged to the Constitution. He signed a thing for that, and find out if he is. Because that's where it starts, all the way across this little piece of land that we're on and this fucking pond that we're in. Figure out who that guy is. Talk to them and get to know him. Be friends with him. Find out if he's an asshole or if I know he's real. That's it. That's my rant. Am I off course on that, Dave?
No, man. No. I mean, isn't
that what we got? Is that what we got? Our one connection to the federal system is literally your local sheriff.
Well, yeah, they're constitutionally bound. They're supposed to be. Unfortunately, a lot of them don't know it. Ours does.
Well, here we go.
He declared our county a 2A sanctuary.
Yeah. What are we looking at here?
Oh, right here it says one local police officer climbed to the roof and encountered Crooks, who pointed his rifle at the officer. The officer retreated down the ladder, and Crooks quickly took a shot toward Trump, and that's when Secret Service snipers shot him, said the officials who spoke to the Associated Press on condition of anonymity to discuss an ongoing investigation.
So there's a narrative out there right now that they had 40 seconds where they had him in sights.
Yeah, I saw that too. Where is that? Let me take a look here.
So it's like you had 40 seconds. They could have taken the shot. Somebody said, "Don't take the shot," which is a little weird to me. You know, I don't know. I mean, like this.
Well, it says here too. It says I've heard from 3 different sources that the counter sniper team had the shooter in their sights and requested permission to engage, but were told not to fire. Only after the assassin fired did they return fire. It is unclear who the counter sniper team was with. And that's right here. Hang on, let me show you this.
And he's also shooting from a place of elevation. So like, how did they not know that that position was there? Personally, you're looking at, you know, he's got a definite line of sight. And you're sitting there and you've got one sniper that already said there's one thing going around, but there's actually, I think it's fake, but it's that guy that said he had the sights on for 40 seconds and did not give clearance to fire. That is just, to me, that's just stinks to high heaven, dude.
Yeah. And here's where the one casualty, the second casualty. Here's where Trump was at. I mean, do we know how many shots did he actually get off before he was neutralized?
Well, they counted 7. And here's the other thing too. And this is the one thing that like really caught my eye was like the audio that was released was that shooter was down. So it was okay to lift him back up. But like, it just defies just defies logic. If you have somebody shooting at somebody, if you really want the job to be complete, you have a second and a third shooter and a fourth shooter and a fifth shooter. You have enough money to kill your political opposition. This could have happened a year ago. He's been doing these open air things for fucking, how long has he been doing this?
Dude, he went out on the fucking golf course today. He was out on the golf course today, for crying out loud. Let's see, it's bad enough at a place where the Secret Service has checked everything out, but I'm going to go out in a big, huge pasture, hit a ball around, surrounded by fucking trees and shit from all over the place, where somebody with a Barrett could nail me from fucking mile and a half away.
And so there you go. Then you dive back into your common sense, which I think is not so common anymore, is that if they wanted him dead, he would have been dead. Okay. If they wanted him dead, he would have been dead years ago. Yeah. They're creating a fantastic theater for everyone to watch and for you to get behind. I don't know. I've never met Trump, Newt. He might be not a bad guy. I don't fucking know. I've never met him, but it's just political theater. It's just bullshit, and when you do this Hegelian dialectic over and over and over again, you perfect it over the course of time, and you use it to move large bodies of people in a certain direction, especially a proletariat, to get them to vote in a certain way. This is the power. This is how the structure works. This is how the power structure works, and like we're learning that now. That's our job now. That's everyone's job that's listening to this broadcast, that's listening to any broadcast that we get up to. It's your job now to understand that it's bullshit. It's bullshit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
100%, man. 100%. It's a theater show. This is it's WWF. It really is at its finest.
It's fascinating, right? And here's the thing, like I did not want to pay attention to any of this bullshit ever. I like playing music. I like hanging out. I like having a good time. I never wanted to pay attention to politics. I always thought it was bullshit until it interfered in my personal life. March 2020 interfered in my personal life. Then it weaponized what used to be a hobby to me. It used to be a hobby. It used to be just something that I got into. I was like, oh, this is fun. I can look into these subjects and like talk about these weird things, fringy things. And then it weaponized me. That's where they fucked up, because I was like, whatever, you guys fucking whatever. I don't care about you. You live in DC. You're way over there. I don't know you. Don't give a fuck about you. Fuck you. But now when they reached out so far, the federal reach worked out so far that it interfered with my life and my ability to travel and tell me what I put inside of my blood versus not. Yeah. That's when I snapped. That's when I fucking weaponized this hobby that I had before. And I mean, if anything, like just talking to you, Dave, because like, I love talking to you. This is where I'm at now. And now I'm going to fucking launch my mouth off, even though I never wanted to do this. I never wanted anything to do with that bullshit slime in DC. Never wanted anything to do with it. Ever. I wanted it to go away. Fuck you guys. You fucking suck.
Place. It's a vile place.
Yeah, it's fucking Satan's anus over there. And I'm like, I don't want anything to do with you, motherfucker. But now here we are. And so, like, guess what? You weaponized me. And now this is why I do these things. That's why I have 5 screens in front of me right now. I'm broadcasting. I rather would have just been out playing music. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Listen,
That's all I ever wanted to do.
DC is like Mos Eisley in Star Wars. You remember that fucking?
Yeah, when he's looking down, he's like the most vile fucking
wretched place. Yeah. It really is, man. But some people are like what you were saying. We're saying that he was using a blood pack. Here's one of those. Now this is at normal speed, and then the next video is slowed down.
Yeah.
Right. They're saying he put it down right there on the. He put it on the podium before he went down. So let me just go over to this next.
It looks like he blew up a blood pack inside of his hat. I mean, that's just me, but
yeah,
do what you will with that.
How did he get on his ear or on his cheek and shit? I don't know. There was a lot of crazy shit about that. But people
so what's the running narrative? The narrative is that it hit somebody in the crowd and then grazed off them and then hit him in the ear. Is that what they're trying us to buy?
No, I think
is,
that
or-
was just one errant bullet. I think it looks like after what happened there when he winced is about the time that I saw that over on the right side was a tractor, a crane being used to hold up the flag or some shit. And
Right.
and all of a sudden I saw all this fucking liquid spray. And I was like, what is that? At first, and I slowed it down and looked, and it was the fucking hydraulic line on it had got hit. So right after he winced like that and grabbed his ear, that you see that hydraulic line.
Did you find it kind of like the shot? They had two shots. There was one where it was underneath and was looking like between people's legs, and he was like down on the ground. But the other shot, which is I think is the one we should be talking about, which is the flag flying from a crane with his blood, and he's got his fist up. He's doing like that is fucking Iwo Jima shit, dude. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
that
an
is.
Iwo Jima moment right
And
there.
that image went out to however many people you believe live in this realm that we live in. It went out to everybody. So like a lot of the people that can't see this shit, which I would say is probably 2/3, they believe that to be a thing. And now they know that that's the leader of the free world moving forward. He won the election from that photo.
You know it, man.
He won it from that photo. Now, look again, and I'll talk to everyone out there that listens to this in the future. I'm not pro-Trump or anti-Trump. I don't know the guy. I no idea who he is. No idea. But it's fucking political theater. It's fake. It's made up. And it's to get you to behave in a certain way. And I'm sorry, Dave. I'm sorry. I came on your show and I'm just ranting like a.
You're all right, man. You're doing all right, man.
I'm just like, I mean, if you don't see it,
I'm looking for that. I'm looking for that. I have that here, that iconic photo.
It's if you take Iwo Jima and put that next to Trump with his fist, then that's going to be the thing. That's going to be what. Yeah, like I still remember this back from college when I was like completely stoner. I thought the whole world should be communist because that's how they indoctrinate you in college. It's like it was all about Che Guevara and fucking, I was like, that's how it should be, all this stuff. And they say these things to you and they get into your head very early when your brain is soft. Yeah. And this is one of those images that's going to stick in history books until forever or until we burn them. So that one right there. Yeah. The one you got up, that one, you put it next to Iwo Jima. If you put it side by side, everyone will get how imagery works and how it affects people and how it affects the proletariat or the general middle class bubble of people that don't pay that much attention to politics. They don't understand it. They're busy doing their lives, raising their kids, doing honorable things. These are all good people. They don't have as much time to spend with this topic as we do. Yeah. And imagery.
How the fuck is it not still bleeding though? I mean, that's a lot of blood.
My understanding is when you get cut in the ear, that shit bleeds like a stuck pig.
Yeah.
That's what I understand.
Stopped. I had a scab on my ear and I pulled it one time and it bled forever and ever. It took me forever to get it. Yeah, I'm just wondering, why did it stop bleeding?
You could probably do that one next to Iwo Jima, next to the fake moon landing. You could probably line them all up and get a really good meme out of that. Somebody out there in the chats or whatever, somebody get up to that, do that for us because I don't want to do the work. But like, you can do that. It's all imagery.
What do you think about the sickos, though? What do you think about these sickos? Look, I don't want to see anybody really get killed. If it's not
nobody wants to see that shit. Nobody wants to see that. And if somebody actually died at the event yesterday, I'm not ignoring that. If it was an MK Ultra fucking baffle, maybe that's what it was. But here's the thing: one of the other deflects they do in all of these psyops is they have deaths of innocent people, so that they creep into the Christian mindset, which is like, well, we should feel bad because somebody died or whatever, because they creep into like how we were raised. Right. We were raised as empathetic people. We're like, I wouldn't do that to somebody. I wouldn't do that. Right. So like they throw these little characters in here to deflect, and make your heart stay away from the actual topic, which is, something fucked up happened over here. And it's meant to psyop the rest of the people that can't think for themselves. I mean, this is what we're up against, dude. I mean, it's like, if you want to wax biblical, we're up against the father of lies. You know, make up whatever you want. I don't care if you believe in God or not. There's people in this world that believe in some other thing that you don't even understand. They believe in numbers. They believe in all this bullshit, you know, and if you haven't spent the time to look at it, then you need to do that. Because, like, again, you can be atheist and listening to this. I don't care. It's okay. What I'm saying is the people that are trying to kill you believe in something that you don't understand, and they follow it like a religion. They do that. They do that. And that's what it is. And they show it to you under your nose. They put it right under your nose. I mean, like once you see it, you can't fucking unsee it. You're looking at it, it's like, holy shit, that's what the fuck. There's Satan right there on the fucking television set. You know, there's people have television sets in their rooms all over the United States, and they look at this thing, this black thing on their wall, and they're like, they don't even know what they're looking at. You know, I can't wait to see fucking France, their opening ceremonies for the Olympics. I can't wait to see what that fucking thing is, because it's going to get crushed by the internet hive mind almost within seconds. Because we went through that whole thing in Russia, and they fucking showed you the thing. They showed it to you in theater form in front of the entire realm audience, everybody that's here, the entire thing. They showed it to you. And
well, what do you think about these fucking freaks, though, man?
Which freaks? There's a lot of them.
Listen to this guy. These people are off on hinge. This is the next generation. This is the people right here, man.
Let's go for it.
John Wilkes Booth, if you can hear us, if you are with us, please, John Wilkes Booth, if you're listening, please.
Let me get this straight, dumbass! You have a fully reloaded shotgun, but you chose to use a 1-bullet.
We're not even sending our best to fucking assassinate. Because what the hell was that? Lee Harvey Oswald would never, bitch. John Wilkes Booth would never.
Today was like this close to being the best day ever.
Also, the person that at Trump at his rally was exercising that right that all of those Republicans were fighting for. So can you really blame him?
John Wilkes Booth, if you can hear
Okay.
us.
The only thing I can take from that is like the brainwashing that happened so early on that they might be the 6% that we can't grab and bring them back out. That's it. I like, honestly, like if you're indoctrinated into that thing and you don't even know that you don't know. I mean, the indoctrination is thick, dude. We were all indoctrinated, dude. I mean, even you, me, everyone that's listening to this thing, just to get it in aggregate, we used to be globies. I
bet you Alec Baldwin wouldn't have missed.
That's a crispy one. That one. What I'm saying is like here's how I put this together is that you've got one of the most empathetic things we can do as natural law thinkers as we observe the world is that we used to be on the other side. Okay, we learned all that stuff. Do you want to show this one? I'm on a rant again, so you go ahead and show that.
All right, this is just another one of these crazy people, man.
Yeah.
Listen to this, broad.
I just found out about this shit. It just happened. I haven't even had a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew, and he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away from half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it!
And she's white.
Centimeter away! Ah!
That was a white man attached to that trigger.
I mean, what is that? I don't know what to make of it. The only thing I can make of it is that it's indoctrination over the course of at least one generation. You know, but like they're not even looking in the mirror at themselves. They're like, well, I guess you're white. You know, we're all different colors a little bit. We have different, like, I'm not exactly white. I'm like when I tan, like sometimes I'm blacker than my black friends. I don't even know what to make of all this shit. I don't really know how to do this stuff.
I'm all different colors. I'm pink and I'm brown and all different shit, depending on what part of me's been touching out in the sun, you know?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, and there's also very important to understand is like we didn't know we were indoctrinated, and I spent some time with Noam Chomsky 15 years ago, and one of the greatest things he disappointed me because he was all about the shots and everything else. So I was like, okay, dude, whatever. But he did Understanding Power. I read the book. He said, look, the hardest thing you're ever going to do is escape your own indoctrination. Which means if you're going to escape your own indoctrination, that means you have to fucking get your ego in check and fuck off everything you've ever learned and start over. And that means start over as in today. And like, even me, like, I don't fucking know everything. I feel like
this. You hear these motherfuckers go, I'm proud to be white. I'm proud to be black. I'm proud to be American and all this shit. And I'm like,
yeah,
you didn't have anything to do with it, man. Where's this pride coming from? Here's the reality of it, man. You could have been born anyone. And guess what? You were. So there you go. Deal with that.
Yeah. You go through all of these things, and it's really important. And it's, again, stop me if I rant, because I do rant a lot. But what I'm saying is, like, once you actually crush your ego and give your ego a death, then you can actually have a whole bunch of fun. And dude, sorry, flat earth is the most fun you're ever going to have. Your spiritual journey after that is yours and yours alone. I'm not going to interfere with that. I don't fuck with that. I don't do religion and dogma. Your religion is your thing. You do whatever you want. But fucking flat earth is fun as shit, and you're never bored. And all the rest of this shit is so suppressed. You're like, Trump got shot. The fucking train blew up. It's like, it just doesn't even matter anymore. That's what I've been trying to impart to so many people for so many years, is like, if you could break the flat earth canopy, if you can break that, the rest of this shit looks silly. It looks like comedy, just like the thing that happened yesterday. It's comedy, and it's so easy to see. Now, at the same time, don't like fucking rush out and try to crush people and figure them out. Like, no, they don't bear the fruits of their labor unless they go through the same shit that the rest of us went through in this whole thing. Let them go through it. Don't give it away to them, or else they're not going to bear the fruits, like, and because you think about it, like when we started fucking 9 years ago, 10 years ago, like a lot of us did a bunch of heavy lifting on this shit. It sucked. And we were getting punched in the face every day. And people were like, yo, you're a flat earth. It was like, what are you calling me a flat earther for? That's fucking stupid. I'm just like looking at natural law. I don't know. I'm walking around in a place that looks like it's flat. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's moving, and so you keep going through this shit. Other people didn't go through the same shit that a lot of people that are listening here on this broadcast went through. We're 20 years ahead of some of these people.
We're ahead of the curve.
We're way ahead. This shit's gonna crush them. They have to come in slowly, right? I mean, if you had told me the earth was flat in fucking 2005, I would have punched you in the face. I wouldn't have punched you in the face, but I would have thought about punching you in the face. All right. I had the same reaction. Everybody has a reaction to it. These psyops that happened, this fucking thing that happened yesterday, it's all bullshit. 1,000,000%. And once you get through that shit, then we can all actually have a real conversation and actually, I don't know, create a real co-economy aside from this other Bolshevik capitalistic economy. I still believe in capitalism, but not the Bolshevik capitalism. Shove that shit to the side. Know that they have fucking people in their ranks that are fucked up. The Khazars, we all know I'm Zionists. Shove them off. Tell them to fuck off. That's where I'm at. I've been screaming at fucking Globies for fucking years, and I'm like, this is what you get. That's my rant. I'm done. She says, she pointed at me.
No, somebody said slow down.
Yeah, sorry. That was a lot. Sorry, good. Was that
wow? Yeah, man. No.
You gotta slow me down. I'll stop. I'm just like,
they say black people don't support Trump. I was looking at this thing. It appears black support for Donald Trump has went up since the assassination attempt yesterday. What did I say?
Yeah.
Black Americans had questions when Donald Trump's estate was raided. Black Americans wanted answers when his mugshot was released. Black Americans had sympathy. Let's see.
Yeah.
When he was convicted, Black Americans are supporting after he was shot. Everything they did turned on them. God allowed the radical left to destroy themselves because a blow from within is permanent. And here's a bunch of African Americans, I guess, celebrating him not being killed. There it is.
Where am I?
Wow.
We all because y'all see what's happening. Y'all see what's happening. Trump 2024. Hey, oh Trump!
Man.
Where am I?
So what's up, right?
Yeah, here's the thing. Look, I think reading the tea leaves here, just from an aggregate standpoint, Trump won the election with that picture, that photo op yesterday. So that's going to happen. It's really unless they pull some other bullshit, whatever. The real question is, what are we talking about here? It's like if we're actually participating in a republic and we're all trying to look after each other, that question's really going to have to get asked. In other words, through your sheriff, through localities, and then up through, and we already know that Congress and everything else is fucked up. Do we get actually anything positive out of having any sort of leadership to begin with? Do we government to control the mind? Do we get anything out of that? Do we really or do we just fucking turn our backs on it and walk away? Because like after the globe deception, I'm just like, fuck everything. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't give a fuck about you. You're cool, but fuck you and fuck you and fuck you. That's just kind of where I'm at. I'm like, what do you do? Where are we at this point in time?
We get you. We get you out.
Oh, me
You're cool.
ranting.
Fuck you.
You're
fuck
cool.
You.
You're fuck cool. You. Does that make any sense, David? I don't know.
Yeah, it does. It makes absolute sense. You don't buy shit now. The bullshit detectors will go into overdrive.
Mine's on hyperdrive, dude. I'm just like, I
can't turn mine off. I can't turn it off. It's continuous, as soon as there's bullshit. As soon as this happened, I went, okay, what the fuck's up really?
Actually, dose of reality is he's like, we just ignore it to go to the beach. I agree 1 bazillion%. Ignore it and go to the beach. I mean, and seriously, it's like once you deny perceived power, you just turn your back on it. They really don't have anything on you. They don't. Don't let them take your energy. Don't let them take your money. Just fucking fuck them off. Fuck them all. Fuck them. Walk away from it. And I think this whole buildup from 2020 is like actually kind of maybe that's what we've been going through. We're like just like once you see it, you can't unsee it. So how do we behave now? We behave by walking away from it and don't acknowledging that these fucking maggots even exist. Just ignore these maggots and they go away. They're narcissists. They thrive on somebody else. They suck on your energy. Just ignore them. Once you ignore them, and I'm talking about the government, just fucking walk away, and then it's over. And if everybody did that, then we would.
Well, they're carefully released elements to the narrative are another big sign of this shit. Here's some new stuff. It's a new Trump assassin video shows him crawling on the roof while multiple people point him out to police. They yelled about him for almost an entire minute. It's insane how Secret Service allowed this amateur to almost kill Trump. Now, they're sowing something that the Secret Service was in on this. You watch. This is going to be the subterfuge. But this is where they're going to go with this stuff. So I've not seen this yet.
He was doing the job. I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be at some beautiful place with the gorgeous ocean.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there. See him? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And son, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate.
What's happening?
And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
There he is. Because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people. Criminals. We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here. It's much tougher than You went on the roof like that. If he was doing the job, I wouldn't even be doing this. I'd be at some beautiful place.
Look, they're all pointing.
See,
Yeah, that's just bizarre. I mean, that they already like I don't. We're at peak psyop, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember that we're at peak psyop, and like that's
Mhm.
what it is. I mean, it's just what the fuck it is. Andrew,
Hi.
did you just show up out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Hi, buddy.
I was listening in on my phone, and I'm parked at the grocery store right now, so hopefully my audio is all right.
Yeah, you're good. I love you guys. I love everyone's listening here. We're gonna pop off because I'm done ranting tonight. I'm worn out, but I'm gonna keep lurking in the background and listen to you guys.
There you go.
Andrew, you take over and fucking rock the
Yeah.
shit.
Hey,
Love you
wait,
guys.
hold on.
Wait, what?
Andrew, you.
Yep.
Dave brought up Kid Rock earlier, and we were talking about Kid Rock earlier.
Oh
I
my
went to
God.
the same high school as Kid Rock. So
Oh yeah,
Kid
I'll
Rock
show
Day?
you Kid Rock.
Kismet,
Yeah.
okay?
All right. Well, we love you guys. We'll be lurking. Mwah.
All right.
We're gonna bring
So-
up Kid Rock here.
Yeah, as you do that, Dave, since you have military experience like myself, I'm pretty sure you fired at M16 probably quite a bit, right?
Yeah, man.
So when you listen to the shots in succession and the firing rate of what you hear, does that sound like accurate firing to you from
No.
150 yards?
No,
Not even close, right?
no.
And one of them just happened to get Trump in the ear, like the
Mhm.
most convenient spot, like or it might as well just like grazed his shoulder or something, you know. But no, they had
Right,
to make it visual. So there's that. And
Did you? Yeah, I
what's up?
mean, look, the whole thing is like, I don't know, man. It's like nobody saw the guy. Nobody's covering the roof. It's got a ladder access to the roof right there. Nobody's covering the thing. I saw an interview from another guy that was at another rally of Trump's, I guess about a year or so ago or something. They're not far. And he said that there was, they had every rooftop covered. And they noticed when they came to this one that it was like, wait a minute, why isn't they covering that rooftop? What's going on there? I mean, this is set up so that even the most ignorant, and I don't mean stupid, I mean the ignorant people out there that don't know much about tactics and shit like that can easily understand that this was an obvious, purposely overlooked thing. That's what they want you to believe. That's what they want you to believe.
An event like this happens, what you first do is you scout the area, you secure everything off, and I know this because I've done security patrols as well. When even on a military base, if we had like a 4-star admiral or something like that, or coming on the base, yeah, they on a military base, they still come through with armed security, and like for a ceremony or something like that. And all of a sudden, this general comes on, or an admiral, whatever. Yeah, it's fucking secured. You're talking about a presidential candidate and ex-president?
Yeah. Listen, that ain't no joke. Come on. They know what they're at least supposed to know what they're doing, and we're supposed to believe that it's the fault of, because they're having diversity hires instead of qualified people for Secret Service, and it's probably somebody within the deep state has gotten to the Secret Service, and Joe Biden wouldn't provide additional Secret Service. Come on. A blind man can see this setup shit, man. And after this guy, listen to this, man. This guy after this, I don't know how anybody would dare mess with Trump.
You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me. You fuck with Trump, you fuck with me.
There we go. Now I'm convinced.
Yeah. I mean, that doesn't shake and rattle you that some celebrity might come do some. What the fuck is he going to do? Sing a rap song?
Oh, that was a celebrity?
That's Kid Rock.
Oh, oh shit! I didn't recognize him.
Yeah, that's Kid Rock.
Sorry.
He's upset. He's mad that some blasphemer would go after his Lord and Savior Jesus Trump.
Yeah, it's the whole thing too, especially when it comes to a lot of people have been asking me to come on to Discord and blah blah whatever, right? To give my ballistics experience and my input to the situation. And yeah, I break down. I mean, just exactly how the M16 versus the AR-15 works, and the blah blah blah. I know everything about those weapons, but the main thing, I was like, that's not super important because you're missing the point if you're gonna just ask about that. Look at what happened as soon as it happened. The Secret Service, they rush in and then they tackle him. I mean, he was down for what, 10 seconds or something? And then
Something like that, yeah.
What were they doing in the meantime? Like, why the fuck did they do that? They should have like put him down, like put his head down and then forcefully taken him off the stage. Like put him in the armored limousine and got him the fuck out of there. But that's not what happened. He was able to fist bump in the air and say a quick little statement for a photo op.
Yeah.
And of course, and
Get that
his
beautiful,
ear
beautiful flag.
Yeah, his ear was pointed straight at, like, in the right direction too. They weren't taking a picture of his other ear. It was just the one that got hit.
This was bravo stage production, man. The next one that we got to get ready for is nobody's buying this. I was just looking at the poll over here, and it looks like Magic Foil from NASA has won the poll, and that's with 164 votes. 26% believe that Coriolis saved Donald Trump. 16% believe that God did it, and the Magic Foil from NASA got a 57%. So hey,
that's what I voted for.
Magic Foil, yeah.
Yep, yeah, Magic
of
Foil.
Course. So this is something that we've got coming up here too. This is kind of crazy. What do you know about the bird flu summit, Andrew?
Oh no, we're not doing that again, are we?
Oh yeah, this is scheduled for October in DC. You can get tickets to this. You can register before. Oh, I guess not. If you register before June 28th, which we missed that, you can save up to $625. Okay, this is put out by Syllabus X. What?
To go to a bird flu summit?
Yeah, International Bird Flu Summit, October the 2nd through 3rd, October the 4th, and they're going to have a workshop in Washington, D.C., and they're going to have comprehensive agenda packed with breakout sessions, more than 20 in all. They're going to, now look at some of this stuff. Develop and maintain plans, procedures, programs, and systems. Develop and implement training and exercise programs. Direct fatality management tactical operations. Right here.
It sounds like Event 201 all over again.
It does indeed. Let's see if we can blow this up a little better so people at home can see it better. Oh, yeah. Activate fatality management operations. Conduct morgue operations. For bird flu. People don't get bird flu, but I guess they're auditioning for bird flu dancing nurses too. That's no shit. So, yes.
God. Oh.
Yeah.
That
Strategies
sounds like
for operating with 50% more absenteeism. There was shit in here about having mass fatality management planning, surveillance and data management, preparing communities, strategies, local partnership and participation, like how to get everybody on board with it, delivery of vaccine and antiviral medications. Look at this dumb shit. School-based planning. You start looking at some of this, and I'm going to call them tomorrow. They have a phone number, and if anybody wants this, I'm going to put this down here in the chat. And there is
live stream that. Live stream the call.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to at least. I'm going
Right
to at
on.
least record it. Yeah, absolutely. There's Lowry back. Yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to at least. I'm going to at least record it. Yeah, absolutely.
Can you
Hang on,
turn,
we got an
can you
echo.
turn this one up?
There's Lowry back.
He's doing good.
No, this is Nicole now.
Okay. All right. So I actually, why is it? Am I on the? Okay. I actually called these people and phone number, and I spoke to them. And Alex made a video. He recorded me talking to them on speakerphone, and then I left a message for them saying, "Hey, I'm really excited about this whole bird flu thing, and I really want to get some speakers up and blah blah blah." And I like left a message that's like, "I want to be a sponsor," as in, I want to, pay $15,000 for whatever. And then we were upstate, so I didn't listen to the message that they sent me back. So do you guys want to listen to it?
Sure.
Okay.
Hell yeah. But before you do that, I just had a thought about this whole situation, which is, okay, Trump is going to be the next president, right? And
Well.
right when he became, well, right at the end of his presidency, I'm pretty damn certain he's going to be. I mean, it's
Listen, that's what everybody was certain of last time too, weren't they?
Well, I suppose, but Joe Biden is basically a walking corpse at this point. Anyways, so right at the end of Trump's presidency, Operation Warp Speed. Oh, bird flu? Oh, right at the beginning of his presidency, Operation Warp Speed Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
This is fucked.
But wouldn't it be like him to do the Lucy football thing?
Lucy Goosey.
And remember last time, Joe Biden, he's decrepit. He wouldn't come out of his basement. When he had a couple rallies, there was people sitting in the middle of hula hoops, maybe 20 people all together, right? No way he's going to win. No way. Got more votes than any other president in history. So here we go again. It's a shoo-in. There's no way that Biden can beat Trump. He's just a buffoon. He's dead, like a corpse, blah, 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 blah. Is anybody bothered fixing those fucking machines? This is in October. This little thing is in October, right? When they take it live, when it comes, listen, watch what happens with this. Watch what happens. They're going to do the fucking shit again. Mark my words. So I guess you've got something to play for us. Go ahead, right ahead.
Hey, can you? I do, and it is actually a phone message. They called me back, and it's from the phone number that you posted in the chat, which is 703-466-0011. And this is the message. What is that?
Put it up here.
Oh wait, no. Hold on. No, I didn't have it on speaker. I'm amateur at this. Hold please. Shit. Why is it? It's not playing. That's so weird.
So we called in.
It says, "Hi, Christine," which my name is not Christine, "here with the bridge and reaching out to you on follow-up for your interest in the event when you have a chance, or don't forget the information about the conference. Please call me back at 703-375-9893. Again, 703-375-9893. Thank you." So the number that you actually have to call is that number. It's not the 0011. It's 703-375. Let's call that number.
Let me put that in there. 703, right?
Yeah, what's the number?
703. I just repeated it.
466
703-375-9893. So let's
8983.
What are their hours of operation? Can you call right now?
I think we should call them now.
They might be closed. I mean, what time is it in DC right now? It's like
703-375-9893.
Oh, it's Sunday too.
703.
Yeah.
We
375.
I don't think you're gonna get through to anybody on a Sunday evening.
No, we called them from upstate.
I want to see. I want to see if they answer.
No, but here's the thing.
Google subscriber you have called is not available. Please leave a message after the tone.
Bullshit. Hi there. This is Christine. I'm actually calling back in regards to my inquiry that I made for the event that you guys are having. If you could call me back as soon as possible, I'm really excited to talk to you guys about this a little bit more and get a sponsorship or I don't know, a sticker or something there. If you could call me back at 646-620-8307, that would be fantastic. And I look forward to speaking with you again. My phone number is 646-620-8307. Thanks so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Holy crap, $925 for that. Go up there and get that propaganda and shit. Look at that.
Oh, did you look at the sponsorships, the speaker sponsorships? It's $15,000. Yeah.
Brought to you by
That's
Pfizer.
just to go. That's just to go to sponsor the event, to sponsor like conference style. It's like 15. Brought to you by Pfizer.
God, dude, this is going to be something else, man. And why all of it? Why is it we having this? We've never had this transmission of bird flu to people and shit. And are they expecting a big thing?
They're trying to manifest it.
Well, they're going to have it. That's what they did.
H5.
Yep.
And
You just doxed yourself. Everybody's going to call you now.
Fuck them.
That's what I say, babe.
I totally
Super
did.
easy. You press
Sorry,
block.
yeah, that's totally my number. It's cool. It's been my number for that long. I get so many. I honestly, I don't answer my phone anyway.
So wow, we're seeing a lot
we
of
should all call them.
psyops going on. We got a lot of psyops going on all at once. Man.
I might just call them up and say, "Hey, by the way, I'm a wealthy Silicon Valley corporate executive."
Her number is 777-745.
It's 212-555.
I thought it was 867-5309.
5555.
Yeah, they always do 555, right? In the movies.
No, it's 867. It's KL521. Actually, it's KL5.
KL5 176. Like I think we reverse engineered enough on that one, but yeah, that happened. Yeah, we did that thing, and we reached out to him. It felt like Event 201 all over again. It feels like that's what that is.
Yeah.
I think so. No, it's going to be Event 201 on steroids because Event 201 was kind of private, and I saw the video on it. There was only maybe 16 people involved, and it was recorded the entire time. But this is a fucking like Flattoberfest kind of situation, like booths and stuff set up, and presentations, and like, oh yeah, you want to buy some stickers? Like, how about you give your support to Moderna?
You know what the toughest thing about this whole thing is, and I really think we don't talk about it enough, is pharmakia. And yes, we're waxing biblical, and yes, I'm very particular about using the Bible as a historical reference, and that yes, it was written by men. The fact that they got involved in our bloodstream back in the mid 50s or 40s, whenever it started. I mean, the late 1800s. That should tell you about everything you need to know. They want to have everything about you. People that can create, that's like people like us, and people that can't. And they have to sit here. They have to sit here and live in this world because they can't create.
I got it.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Cool. You know, there's new Bohemian.
Follow up your interest in events when you have a chance, or Further information about the conference, please call me back at 703-375-9893. Again, 703-375-9893. Thank you.
Isn't it the same?
So it's like it feels like there's somebody in India that's answering a call from a thing that's supposed to happen. I don't know, where's it supposed to happen?
Where's
Is
your phone? Where's your phone? That was the same
Yeah,
voice.
and
That
we're
was
just
the
like,
same
wait,
That's a DC number. That's a DC number. That 706 is DC area code, bro.
Hendron, it's Hendron, Virginia. It's Virginia. It's about an hour away
Herndon.
from like Rockville. I looked it up.
yeah. So like,
Herndon. Yeah.
but back to the thing, David, and like I think again, I only wax biblical because it's just a useful historical thing to look back on. I know it's written by men. I know the Bible was written by men. I know that shit. But like, it's like, what is their interest in our blood so much? What is it? What is the interest in our own bloodstream, our own thing that makes us walk around that they're so interested in? I mean, everybody knows that you can't have a big pharma allopathic industry working unless you have sick people. You can't have it. It just doesn't exist unless you have sick people, and you make them sick, and then you make money off them being sick. You know, this was the thing that we all went through in 2020. We went through this in 2020, and now it's like you can exercise it. At least look at it in parallel version of pharmakia. Yeah. Am I wrong on this?
No, not really. Not really. I mean, it's one aspect of it, but when we think of that, of course, because of the word, we think pharmaceuticals, right?
Right.
But it's bigger than that.
Oh, it's huge.
It's in your food. It's in your water. It's in your air. It's in your clothing. It's in your soaps. It's in your deodorants. You understand these things? Now I see where they got this new thing where you got nutsack deodorant. What?
That's just silly pants.
When in the
the-
world has there been a problem with nutsack odor?
Yeah, it's like why was that ever an issue? You know, it's
Right.
Like, you ask yourself.
I guarantee you, the guys that get tricked into using that dumb shit will end up having nutsack odor if they don't use it. I guarantee it.
But weren't we just fine the whole time? Weren't we just fine
Like to think we
without
were, but
anything?
no, we got this idea we always have to be progressing. We have to progress to where?
To where?
When have we gotten to the progression point? When does that happen?
Yeah, it's just to where. And if you really have a little sit down with yourself, I mean, most of this is based out of fear, right? So like, you know, oh, I'm afraid I'm going to get the flu. Oh, I'm afraid I'm going to get this, or I'm afraid I'm going to get that. I'm going to, you know, and then you like it gets ingrained into like your psyche that you need to protect yourself against something that never was there. And that is really heavily steeped in deception. And I mean, like, without saying it, I'll say it. You know, the deception, the biggest deception, we all know. Everyone's listening here, you know what I'm talking about. The biggest deception, other than your spiritual journey, that's yours to take on your own. The biggest deception, we've already gone through it. If they get you to think that you're fucking gonna die, they'll sell you something. It's snake oil. It's the oldest fucking Silk Road bullshit thing that's ever fucking come up in all of time.
Yeah, fear is the strongest way to manipulate someone's actions, and the medical system is worldwide is a multi-trillion-dollar industry. Now, it's not as valuable as like the energy industry, as an example, but it's still extremely profitable, and it's for profit. If you guys have never seen the documentary, it's really hard to find on YouTube now because YouTube doesn't fucking like it. It's from Dr. Wallach, and it's a documentary called Dead Doctors Don't Lie. And he talks about all these doctors that actually follow their own pharmaceutical advice for themselves. They don't live very long. It's all the naturopath doctors that live for very good ages.
Yeah, and if you've ever given a good thought about like anyone that in any trade you're in, you want to hold back the craft that you have in order to make a little bit of money so you can support your family and do that. So you don't give up your trade secrets, right? You don't give up the things that you're getting up to. Like, for perfect example is like learning to fix a toilet. I learned to fix a toilet like last year for the first time in my whole life. And like, my dad was like, now you're a fucking plumber. I was like, great. I was like, but you know what? It took me a little bit of effort to learn how to fucking fix the thing. So
Right.
advance that at scale, all the way up to impossible things that you can't see that allegedly enter your bloodstream. I'm a terrestrial guy. I think microbes exist for sure. That's provable. Viruses don't. But like, if you can have an invisible boogeyman, in an allopathic fucking system that makes you fucking $1 million a year, are you gonna pitch it a different way? No, you're not. And guess what? Your doctors are gonna fucking do the same thing. And doctors are indoctrinated just like everybody else is.
Here's the thing that bothers me the worst about it is the fact that they don't treat the patient, they treat the symptom. That's how that always works. It's they're treating the symptom and not the patient. I happen to know that a certain part of my body hurting is not necessarily indicative of a problem with that spot. That spot giving me pain may be indicative of another problem somewhere completely unrelated in my body. This is the whole thing people don't understand. Like I said with the example of my father, they told him he had a spastic colon. He had this pain in his side. They couldn't do anything about it. They went in, did exploratory surgery, couldn't find anything wrong. And it wasn't until he went to his chiropractor that he found out that it was because his pelvis was tilted, that it was pinching a nerve in his back that was connected directly to that area of his intestines and causing the pain. Once he put a lift in his shoe, problem solved.
That's simple.
Now, what the fuck is his back here near his pelvis have to do? Because it was directly connected to that nervous system right there. And this is what people don't really start to understand. These doctors, although I'm sure they're well-intentioned, they can only exist if you're sick.
Yeah. They don't get their fancy pants. They don't get their Jaguars.
Right.
They don't get their big houses unless they engage with the insurance company, and then they pays for your sickness. And this whole thing, it's a cycle.
These things are planned out to become this way well in advance at these different types of select meetings that people go to. We know about, of course, Bilderberg, but Bohemian Grove, that's always been a touchy one. And up until just now, the only person ever to get any footage out of Bohemian Grove has been Alex Jones.
Yeah, he did that.
Isn't it just coincidental that with all this shit going on, that we now have this one that just got released?
So how do you reconcile? Again, I think everyone here can relate to this. Like all of my awakenings have come through various people, including Joe Rogan, including Alex Jones, including a lot of people, like a step ladder, moving up. If they are, bought off, paid off, people of the thing. What does that actually mean for all of us? Like, did I have to use a false person to get to my next person? Is this part of the thing that we're going through? I don't know. I mean,
no, let it do it. It'll do it organically.
Yeah.
Do not, under any circumstances, allow these big names to come in and fucking co-opt the truth. Shit on them. Yes, you're famous because you're on this TV show, or you're famous because you bounce a ball around. But let me tell you something, Jack. Take a back seat. I'm driving on this one. You don't have the information, and I'm not going to let you try to co-opt it because you've got a name. Okay, I'm suspicious of anybody with a big name and a big channel that comes out and just starts saying shit, and everybody gloms onto them. Okay, it's not how it goes, man.
Isn't it funny how that happens? It's like,
well, don't fall into the goddamn cult of personality. It's that simple, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like they're just ladders. We're walking through ladder steps. That's really what it is. I wouldn't have known about fucking 9/11 without fucking.
They rely on it. They rely on you being programmed to perceive information based on your perception of who presents it to you, and not on your ability to think about the information and actually digress whether or not it is true, whether or not it actually makes sense. Without weighing it in your heart, the people will go, oh, I love Austin Whitsitt. He's so smart. And so they just glom onto every fucking thing he says. That's not how it works. Yes, he's right about a lot of things, but also be careful. Okay.
Yeah, I think what you're
like
talking about.
Austin.
You're waxing about idolatry. Yeah. Do you
Yes.
don't do idolatry. Use everything you can do. And I think ultimately what we're talking about is discernment. We're talking about discernment at the end of the day. Use all factions to get all information and make up your own mind and get out of the echo chamber, right?
Brian gets it. Get in the back, Shaq. That's what I'm saying, right?
Hey, who made the quote? It's easier to accept a comfortable lie than an inconvenient truth. Forget who said that. It wasn't Twain.
Dude, you know what?
It's true.
Natural law is the easiest. Like, it's one of the easiest, most practical things I ever knew. I was like, I mean, like if you go back, like I was just fortunate in getting some early natural law stuff, but I was like, water seeks its own level. That's just obvious. I could just see it. You know, maybe I had an old school fucking physics teacher in high school. It said like, this is how it works. And it happened to go into me. It happened to go into me and I got it, you know,
So
and then
Dylan,
of course
hold on a second. Dylan, yes, this is a Luca free zone. Absolutely, 100%.
I don't know who Luca is, but
you're not missing anything, babe. You're not missing anything.
You know, and but the greatest thing about it is like, this is why I like birdies. People who like look at birds and chase birds, and they want to find different. They actually go out and look for birds, and they hear their little chirp, and they kind of check it off. They check off their boxes. This is natural law. This is walking out into the world and actually just looking how things actually behave. Nobody actually does that.
No.
And the difference between scientific method and scientism, which is this bullshit white coat fucking bullshit that's going on TV, is that you go out and you just look and you check the boxes off. You're like, oh, that's that bird. That's that bird. That's that bird. Oh, this is what the elevation is for here for this waterfall. And then it goes down to here. That's natural law. That's fucking writing it down. The scientific method is actually writing it down and sharing it, I don't know, with a buddy of yours. You're like, did you get the same result? You get the same result over here as I did? You get that? That's the scientific method.
Right.
It ain't
Right.
some fucking jackass on TV fucking spouting fucking Disneyland Spaceballs. It just isn't. It's
well,
really
they associate that with it because every time it's image and association. So every time they say breakthroughs in science, they're going to show you some fucking globe or a rocket ship.
Because it's fake. It's fucking fake and gay and fucking, I don't care. It's just what it is. I'd rather go out and write something down and get the measurements, get the elevation, get the recording, and say, hey, this is what I got. What did you get? Did you get this?
It's word and imagery association. And this is what people have become subject to. Okay. So if I keep using the word science and I show you globe related shit when I say it, and I do this from the time you're 5 years old till now, every time the word science is brought up, you're going to get images of globes, space, and beakers with chemicals in them and shit. Right. That's what's going to come.
Yeah, there used to be like this just channel on Facebook was like, I fucking love science. And all they were doing is showing pictures of dolphins and things and whatever. I like dolphins. They're great. It's great. That's not science.
That's
not fucking science. It's just you're showing pictures of a dolphin. You're showing pictures of something walking around.
Here's what I'm wondering though, Lowry, is like, okay, so this is supposedly right off the bat, this is supposedly some shit that was snuck out of Bohemian Grove. Somebody took this recently. Okay. I got a good camera on my phone. How come every time somebody get a picture of Bigfoot or a UFO or some shit like this, it's always grainy and like Michael J. Fox fucking filmed it?
It's like it's the same as the moon landing. It's the same as the moon landing. Make the fucking footage as horrible as possible so nobody can fucking fuck with it. That's just what it is. But yeah, let's show it.
Bro, what?
Well, that must be the stage right there.
But I'm gonna have to step in if I see anything crazy going on.
That's a lot clearer than Alex Jones.
Is this new footage? This doesn't
Yeah.
look like Alex Jones.
It's
footage.
not. That's what I said. This is
Oh,
new.
sorry. This is brand new. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Wow. Hey, you know what's interesting about Bohemian Grove? There are two people you probably wouldn't think that have been there and are widely known for actually going there. It's fully admitted. First of all is Mark Twain was known to go there, and the Dalai Lama.
Yeah, well, listen, I would agree. You know, the one thing in common that everybody has that goes to Bohemian Grove, they're all men. All men. They dress up like women and put on shows and shit.
And they all jerk off. They jerk off on trees too. So there's that.
Well, they also sacrifice like some sort of animal they sacrifice there, right?
Well, yeah, an effigy of care.
Yeah,
to get rid of their
it's
empathy.
the cancel of care. There's like, what is it called? The cancel of care? Is that what it is?
The cremation.
Cremation of care. Yeah.
So I don't know what he's actually showing here. Here's some more torchlit robes and
shit is creepy.
They all within the grove be reverence before him.
This has the same kind of production that, if you guys never saw it, the opening ceremonies for CERN.
Yeah.
That's creepy shit. Or the 2012 London Olympic opening ceremony. It's like the same kind of production.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, be quiet for a second.
Okay.
The guy's
I was making
talking
sure.
about his security's chasing him or something.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think? Legit?
Look legit
I mean,
to me.
I thought they shut that thing down years ago, but is that
No.
when is that? What's the date of it? It's like recent.
Yeah, it's just recent. This is went up 2 hours ago.
You know,
Twitter.
the thing with me is like how I try to discuss these topics with people that are sort of not atheists, but they're not religious or anything else. I always say the same thing. I'm just like, look, it doesn't matter if you believe in God or you're atheist. It doesn't matter. These fuckers believe in what they believe, and they follow that shit to a T. You know, and trying to explain that to people that don't understand that concept is really difficult. You know, it's like, I'm a newbie at all this spiritual shit. I'm learning. I'm trying the best I can, you know, but like you've got a bunch of people out there that believe in something that goes by a language that nobody understands. Maybe it's numerology, maybe it's symbology or whatever. They've been doing this over the course of generations, forever and ever and ever. And you're trying to like explain to like somebody that's like, say, like Christian friendly or just somebody that's just like, I don't know anything about religion or anything like that. Yeah, these people follow their fucking religion to a T, and they do some stuff that's not really that great, you know. And explaining that to them is really difficult. They're not going to get it right off. They're going to be like, "Fuck, what do you mean? What do you mean? Somebody would actually sacrifice somebody? Yeah, they would do that, you know." And you're like, this is the tough nut to get past in this whole conversation, is explaining to the Gentiles, quote unquote, over here, who are great people who I love and I'm endeared to them. They can't even imagine that there's this thing over here where they believe in something else that is completely different than what they're doing. And that's what it is. It's really what it is.
And if you guys were in the same vicinity that I am, I'm about 2 hours from Bohemian Grove. It's about 2 hours north of me. Would you
Did
guys
you make
go?
the video? Yeah, I would.
I mean, I got a drone. I'm not even sure if they would like shut my drone down or they'd shoot it out of the sky or arrest
Dude, they
me
would
or...
shoot that fucking thing right out of the sky. But don't even worry about it. We already figured it out, dude. Just like, you don't have to worry about that stuff. We already know the stuff. All right. So you got a bunch of people over here that believe in a thing over here, and they kill their kids and they fucking do a bunch of horrible shit. We already know that. They want us dead. We know that part too. We have all that thing. We have all those things, right? We don't, who wants us dead? I don't know. Ball worshippers, you know, like people that are narcissists, people that are fucking made up of bullshit things. That there is a thing. It's a spiritual war.
Well, hey guys, I gotta hop off.
All
Head
right.
into the store before it closes, but I'm gonna, like you were saying, Lowry, a little bit ago, I'm gonna lurk in the background because kind of listening. So, cheers to everyone that's here. And Dave, again, thank you very, very much for participating in the trivia for charity. It was a little rough. I think you know why. I don't have to say any reason, but I think
Yeah.
it didn't go as smooth as I was hoping. But either way, you and Joe.
Was it too many appearances by Donald?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. And I contacted him afterward, and he apologized. He said he got way too stoned. So,
dang it.
That was more like drinking to me, man.
well, he was doing both, but yeah.
We're gonna pop up too. I love you guys again. You guys are all my favorites. I've
And
really
whoever
had
just
it.
hopped in,
Yeah.
have at it. I'm gonna hop off. Dave, again,
All
thank
right.
you very much for having me on. I
Hey,
will talk to you next
Nicole.
time.
Mwah.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Nicole.
See you later, brother.
Oh, hell. Everybody almost left. I was going to ask everybody if they had read the book The Invisible Rainbow by Arthur Furstenberg. It's about the pandemic during World War I with the Spanish flu.
Oh,
Have you ever
no.
heard of it?
No.
What's the synopsis?
Basically, they tried to transmit the flu from one patient to another or to a non-sick patient. They couldn't get the flu to transfer. It wouldn't. It's not airborne. And they proved that
No.
viruses weren't airborne back.
Yeah, it seems like that and like most smallpox was like the Americans were giving injections to a lot of Indians at that time too.
Yeah, it created a lot of bad blood during the process, but the doctors that were terrain theorists were on top of it. They figured it out. It's not a airborne virus. There was no such thing. It was just how strong your immune system basically is and how you can fight off any kind of toxins that invade your system.
Yeah.
That's what it's all
Well,
about.
we should probably not talk about it, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
that's like just seems unprovable.
Yeah, it is. Everybody knows it pretty much.
I mean, I love trusting the science. I just say trust the science. Have you seen
Okay.
that commercial? Have you ever played that commercial? You could just Google "trust the science," trust the science. Like you just put it twice. Trust the science. Trust the science.
Well,
And
that's
an amazing.
right off the bat. If anybody's got two brain cells to rub together, knows that statement alone is really stupid.
Trust the plan. Trust the plan. Trust the plan.
Yeah, it's the act of questioning things. Okay, so how can you not question science? How do you trust science? Do you trust the scientific method? Yes. So that's where you have to draw the line. Where did you use the scientific method? How was that used in your determination of what you're telling me? You see, not just, oh, we checked, so just trust us. That's what they're saying.
Well, all they
checked,
got to do is
trust
put up
us.
a chart, dude, and say this is what it looks like. This is the picture of it, and this is the symptoms, and this is how it's going to increase over time. They just draw it out on a chart and put some colors on it. You're good to go. That's
all they have to do. That's all they have to do.
It like trust
I'm gonna leave
trust
you
that of
guys.
like trust if like you want to shoot at something 150 yards away, you're gonna aim for like a watermelon or like an apple instead of a water tank. Like you're gonna aim at the like if you put like you can either hit the water tank or the apple above the water tank. And you're just gonna shoot the apple. You're gonna just trust yourself. You're gonna shoot 5 times as quick as possible, and just go for the apple every shot, and not aim for the water tank, the 55-gallon drum. What I'm saying is, isn't it crazy that he went for like 5 headshots and not just like water barrel shots?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not altogether convinced of how many bullets were fired, how many shots were actually fired.
They're officially saying it. They're officially saying it. The guy's name's like Anthony Crooks.
He's got Anthony Matthew Crooks or something.
Something like that. And then it was with an AR. It was with an AR, and that's not like I thought it was going to be like bolt action or something crazy. But if it's with an automatic AR, which means assault rifle 15,
No,
like
it
why?
doesn't.
I know that's why I'm saying that. Uh, why wouldn't he go for body shots? Why wouldn't he just unload body shots after the
Well,
miss? After the miss, like who would miss and then just like
the reality of it is no 20-year-old is getting up on a roof that close to Donald Trump with a rifle at all. Okay, that's just not happening.
Hey, were you
So-
making videos back? You remember like Kenosha and back when George Floyd was happening, and a couple months later, there's Kenosha riots. Well, like these secret services have drones, like the FBI. They're flying drones around, and I bet there was they updated the whole area to where you couldn't even fly a drone around the area. Because in order to fly a drone, you have to log into a certain system, basically like you're a pilot. And
people
they
saw
will
the guy crawling around on the fucking roof and shit, and regular people on the ground saw it. I know the Secret Service had people at an elevated position. Now the story is that they called for permission to engage and they were denied until after the guy rang out shots.
Yeah, those two people that you see, like the one guy moved his tripod back. I don't even think those were the people that shot. I don't think those people shot anything. There's like the second team shot him.
Well, let's see. There's footage of that. Then I'm going to wrap it up here pretty soon.
It's crazy. I just was saying, I called in to say hi to Nicole, but as soon as I got in, she left.
Oh no.
All right. But all right, good night, Nicole. She's gonna watch this back and hear it.
Yeah, I'm trying to return that.
It's can I share? I wonder if I still have it copied. I'm gonna go into chat and hit paste. And if it's the right link, it's gonna be hilarious. No, hold on. Let me pull up this link.
Hold on a second. I'll show you. You want to see how Secret Service are supposed to react? All right. This is Ronald Reagan back in the day. I remember when this happened. Y'all see that all right? That guy laying right there on the ground, that's Press Secretary James Brady, the namesake of the Brady Bill. Now that's where they're on Hinckley. Reagan's gone. And they shoved him like, boom, he's gone. He's out. Reagan's gone. They got him in the car, and that car is gone. That's how it fucking goes down. Okay. That's how it goes down. We still on, right? Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. Still going. Yeah, everything's good. Magic Foil is still winning in that poll too. That's kind of fucked up. That's how it's supposed to look when Secret Service takes a guy down. Now, this was kind of weird too. Why did this happen? This is what I'm wondering. Let's see if I can bring this up. No, it's not the one. Damn it. Did you find what you were looking for, bro?
Yeah, in the StreamYard chat.
I see in the private chat, right?
Yeah, there's going to be two links. The second link is the joke link with something I saw that was hilarious and made me laugh out loud. Then the first link is a camera angle which they cut off, which would expose everything if it was fake or not. So either one, let me know which one you could.
First, I'm going to go with this one here first.
When it starts playing, I'll know which one you clicked on.
There we go.
Yeah, this one would expose everything. Is it glitching on your end?
No.
Okay.
I got it stopped right now.
Oh yeah, play this one. This camera angle. It stops right before the shooting happens. So like you can play it, and like you can skip like 10 seconds.
Because these teleprompters are so damn boring. I try and explain that.
Damn it, Fabio, get out
Wow.
underneath my desk.
You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time.
Go.
My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big the red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people.
All right, good stop. Sovereign, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Can you hear me? Trust me, stop it. Yeah, stop it, stop it, stop it. It gets graphic. But like, do you see where they stopped the footage? Like that would have been like the perfect angle to see if something happened, but they stopped it right before anything happened.
Huh.
And like that's like the best footage right there, but I can't find any other footage from that camera angle. The person that took that, you could rewind it like 10 seconds or whatever, but like this is like where like they drag off a dead body. I don't want you to show any of that. But
I think that's interesting because why are they dragging this guy off?
Yeah, and like look, this is like to the back right. So Donald Trump's like, okay, this is like to the back right of Donald Trump. To where like this guy had to make like some weird left shot. Like
no,
like, why would
if you're facing the stage looking at Donald Trump.
Yeah.
This is over to your left.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, okay, put yourself in Donald Trump's shoes. So Donald Trump gets shot in the ear, and like you just continue, like, all right, 12 o'clock for Donald. You're about, well, crap. How does that work? Donald Trump is facing 6 o'clock.
He's facing
6 o'clock, but he turns to about.
You're looking at the top left corner. If you were looking at Donald Trump, you're looking up into the left of him.
Yeah, from his. Well, yeah, like his feet. But yeah, Donald Trump's feet are planted and facing towards 6 o'clock. I guess is the best way to say it.
Kind of, yeah.
And then like these people are shot at like around to his 11.
Yeah, I got a diagram. I got a diagram of the shit. Hang on a second.
Yeah, just careful. Well, yeah, no, like those people.
It's already on YouTube, right? It's already on YouTube.
Yeah, I thought the person that would have been shot would have been like to Donald Trump's left, but the person that got shot was to Donald Trump's high right, like his right and up.
Let me give you
like his
diagram. Here we go. Okay.
Like the only way to describe it is Trump's facing 6.
All right, look.
And the person that got shot was like under 11.
There's Trump right there. Okay. Over here to the left, that's where the guy got hit in the head.
Oh, casualty. Okay. There you go. All right.
Right. There's where the other one that got hit. Some woman. Okay. There's where the Secret Service took him down from.
Well,
and there's where the sniper shot from.
No, right there, they're not showing. You see that Secret Service sniper? Do you see that building 2 over to the right from him? That's where the shots actually came that killed the guy. Those 2 snipers didn't do anything. There was the other sniper on the 3rd building to the right that actually shot him.
Yeah, so the thing is, this is how the thing worked out. A lot of people don't. This is where the guy with the head shot was at.
All right, so like, how did that guy get shot? That's what I'm trying to think. Because like Donald Trump should be like a little bit more ahead of this guy.
He is. He is.
All right.
So the guy really sucked at shooting. That's one evident thing. Because if he was off by that much at that close of a range to hit this guy, and
apparently they did, like, he was in ROTC and his classmates are saying that he sucked at shooting. This was if you look, it popped up in my news feed or whatever on YouTube, and I clicked it and it said like he was a poor shot or something in ROTC or something like that. But the second link at if you skip to 3 minutes and 30 seconds and play it, it gets weird.
all right.
You can go to 3 minutes and 33 seconds because it's about 6 seconds after. This the second one? No. Like the first link. Sorry, the first. Well, the other link.
What?
Yeah, the other link that I sent. The other link on the private.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was still on this one.
Yeah, man. You only showed like a dead body, or like a casualty. You only showed the casualty.
3 minutes and 33 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. Let me make it big. That's what she said.
All right, just like think of the embarrassment of what's about to happen. How embarrassed.
Federal agents commenced the search of the house and have not been able to return.
No, and my wallet and everything is in my house, so I've been driving around with this dog all night.
Now this neighborhood has
like
been
10
evacuated
seconds.
and
Go back 10 seconds. Like, did you hear that?
Yeah. She can't get to her house.
No, there's like she burps or farts, and then like she starts playing it. Like poor little Kelly Little. This is 15 minutes of fame. Go ahead.
No, and my wallet and everything is in my house, so
5
I've been driving around with this
10
dog all
seconds
night.
back. 10 seconds back. You missed it. Right there. It's fine.
residents were evacuated last night when federal agents commenced the search of the house and have not been able to return.
No, and my wallet and everything is in my house, so I've been driving around with this dog all night.
Did you hear it?
No.
Now this neighborhood.
I didn't.
It's such a small sound bite, but it's like they start with either like a burp or a fart, and I think it's a burp. I think as soon as she opens her mouth, she burps or something, and like that's her 15 minutes of fame. I was just watching this and I saw it and I just laughed out loud, and then I rewound it, and like that's like what she's on TV to say. I have a dog in my car, but like with a burp. I don't know. You could watch it again if you want to.
Well, what I took from it is that this whole thing is a big pain in the ass, and she's not been able to get to her house. She's not able to go purchase anything because her wallet's at the house. And this whole media debacle has blocked her from getting in. So she's been riding around with her dog in her car all night.
Oh, okay. Start it again, because I didn't pick that up. Can you play that again?
That's what she said, isn't it?
I don't know. Play it from 333 again. I don't know. I didn't hear that. You might. I thought it like she was talking about like she knew someone.
No.
That's hilarious. If you picked what she was saying.
Well, this is because you're not listening. Again, watch. Listen to what this guy says. Yeah, so the guy said
You didn't play it. You didn't play it. You didn't play it.
It was. Oh, that's because it's not up there anymore. I didn't know we were gonna. This really isn't that important.
All right. Look, well, like the burp or the fart. That's the funny thing.
And I didn't even hear it, man.
Federal agents commenced the search of the house and have not been able to return.
No, and my wallet and everything is in my house, so I've been driving around with this dog all night.
How did you not hear it?
Neighborhood has been evacuated.
All right, man. We'll see what happens, man. I think I just don't think like Trump has like his ear sewn back, so I don't think like you could shoot Trump's ears with like the right
I didn't even
angle.
see a wound. All I saw was blood.
Yeah, you would think
more
like
damage. I saw more damage from Mike Tyson on Evander Holyfield than I did on this bullet wound to
that's
his
funny you
ear.
brought that up because that's the first thing that I was like trying to think of, like an ear bleed. But I'm pretty sure there's movies where like people get shot in the ear as like not predictive programming, but in movies like people's had their ears shot off. But
Yeah.
Trump's ears are very tight, and like the angle would have been so perfect to where even like you would think like people would throw their phones like at the stage. Like no one stormed the stage. Like these Trumpers just stood around. Like it looked so like the smallest rally that Trump's ever had, and there was an assassination attempt.
They
It's
didn't
like, come
react
on.
normal. They didn't react normal. That's for sure. I'm going to take one more look at it. And then I'm going to shut it down.
All right, man. Take it easy, man. I'm gonna log off. Take it easy.
All right.
Better.
So just watch how the people react.
If you want to really see something that said, take a look what happened.
He said to get his shoes. Look at this fat girl. Couldn't get her gun put back, so she decided she's just going to leave it out. Now she got it. Move that muffin top, girl. And there we go. And with that one photograph, which will go down like the Iwo Jima photograph, like so many other iconic photographs, the little girl running from the napalmed village in Life magazine, the Hindenburg. This is going to be one of those historical pictures right there. Yeah, it's going to win the election if they don't fuck everybody again, which they might just possibly do. How to piss off people and influence, make friends, shit like that. So it doesn't look like they want, I don't know. We'll see what happens. This whole little soap opera, it's not going to make a fuck's worth of difference anyway. Shit's going to steam along exactly the way the banks want it to go, and that's just how it's going to be. So everyone is selling shirts of it already. Yeah. Here's what they yeah, this is going to be a big thing. Yeah, I wonder, will he sell the hat? Will he sell the hat? Will he say, it's the most wonderful hat ever? It's got my blood on it, my blood stain on the hat. You can own, for only $500,000. Best hat in the world, best blood in the world. Captain Adjective will be all over that shit. All right, God. Yeah, I just get that tattoo, Mustang. That's what you want. You want that fucking dust. Hell yeah. She wants 30%, not qualified. She wants 30% to be female. Don't have to be qualified, just so long as they're female. Holy Jesus. God. Anyway, that's all I've got for you tonight. Whereas things been done to death, I don't believe that the critical thinkers out there are buying into it. They know what the hell is actually going on. So I want to thank everybody for showing up. We'll see you the next time here on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Don't forget, Lord loves a working man. Don't trust Whitey, and see your doctor and get rid of him, because he'll probably fucking kill you. So y'all watch out for that bird flu. It's coming. Something Wong has an inside track on that. Maybe we'll have more later.